with concrete in it, and it's suspicious to us. So it seemed odd.
As police began their investigation into the discovery of the body, they said they were also looking for 2 other children last seen in the summer of 2018. Police aren't revealing what the connection might be between the child's body they found and the 2 other children they're looking for, but ask anyone with information to help.
Reporter Ben Lassiter. Almost $6 million is coming to the state in the form of an opioid epidemic settlement. The national settlement is with Publicis. The healthcare marketing company is accused of helping others advertise and sell addictive pain pills. Court documents claim Purdue Pharma paid $70 million for dozens of unfair and deceptive marketing schemes. In sports, Nuggets host the Blazers tonight at Ball Arena. That's the latest. I'm Pat Woodard.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's.
An easy drive throughout the Denver Metro for the 9 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through town. That trend continues up north to the Fort Collins area and down south to Colorado Springs as well. Back to town, I-70 east and westbound flowing free to and from the DIA area. South of there, 225 north and southbound, no complaints through Aurora and the Denver Tech Center. Heading to Boulder, Highway 36 east and westbound flowing free as well. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, those clouds rolling in, bringing scattered showers throughout the high country and metro area. High 56, overnight low of 33. Tomorrow, a temperature drop, high 42, that rain turning into snow. The current temperature in Denver is 38 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Get the appliances you need right away at Lowe's. Explore the largest assortment of brands you trust in-store or online at the best values. Plus, take advantage of their everyday financing offers. Lowe's knows home improvement, subject to credit approval.
The only real clean for my home, I'm Tom Martino. For Zero Res, no soaps or chemicals, get Zero-Fied. Carpets and ductwork, 23% off. Clean out 2023. 303-471-5150, ZeroResDenver.com.
Facing a job loss? Considering a pension buyout, a severance package, or what to do with your 401k? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, and I can help. 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
Frank Duran, the real estate man with RE/MAX Alliance. He is a certified negotiation expert, and he knows how to aggressively market your home.
With our specialized marketing knowledge, we aggressively implement the most advanced, innovative, and proactive marketing plan you will find anywhere.
For all things real estate, do not hesitate to call 303-920-1622 or get tips online at frankdurantherealestateman.com.
You have our word will treat you right at Done Right Home Improvements. DRHI.com.
Inflation?
Yeah, I still hate it.
Inflation salvation.
Save me with some cash.
Oh my God.
Keep listening every weekday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for your chance to win $1,000. Just listen for the hourly keyword, then enter it at khow.com. Sponsored by Lerner & Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, it's Rick Lewis. When you're in a wreck, call the attorneys I trust at Lerner & Rowe. The consultation is free and they don't charge you a penny until they settle your case.
Call Lerner & Rowe. Those guys are great. Call 303-333-8888.
Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Pay. That's pay. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Yeah. Ripped off. Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. It's car day today, as it is every Friday. Now, that doesn't mean we only talk about cars, but we emphasize cars. We talk a little bit about cars. So welcome to that. We have Kevin Calkin with us, Sheridan Auto Tech. You can give us a call at 303-713-TALK. Every day you can use that number, but you can also use 24/7. 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. So we will be talking about cars a little. Do you know that the states with the biggest car loans? Interesting. Where do you think car loans have gone up the most in the last few years? where for some reason this website, Wallet Hub, did a survey to find out the states with the most or the fastest increasing car loans, the biggest balances compared to the past. This state blows me away. I would have never believed it. What would you say? Well, what would you say? I mean, obviously, you only have a 1 in 50 chance. Is it a 1 in 50 chance of being right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What
My first bet would have been California.
No. Wyoming.
Wow.
In fact, I don't see a rhyme or reason, but Wyoming has the fastest growing car debt.
Well, the price of trucks has gone up crazy.
You think that has something to do with it?
A lot of trucks up there, yeah.
South
Well,
Dakota.
Tom, it depends.
It has to
It
do with
depends on what
employment,
statistic
too, I
they're
would-
using.
What's that, Doc?
It depends on what statistic they're using. If you start with 5 and you double it to 10, it's a 100% increase. But if you start with 1,000 and double it to 200, it's only a 20%. So it depends on what they're using as their baseline.
Okay. How about this? If we looked at it another way. But that's a good point, Doc. You're right. Whenever they say crime has doubled and you only had 1 homicide, now you have 2, it's still pretty damn good, isn't it? But in any case, they also say this, that it's still a trend because they're taking many, for example, Wyoming, South Dakota is next, Texas, Delaware, Minnesota, the states with the most stable car balances. They haven't gone up or down. Rhode Island, Missouri, Utah, Montana, Connecticut. Where is Colorado? Colorado, as far as increasing car loans, is it in the top 10? Yes, in the top 10. Florida is right after that, and then Alaska. Now, Alaska, interestingly, has the highest. Now, this one you can rank, and this one would be accurate, because no matter how you look at it, Alaska has the highest monthly car payments. Texas has the next highest payments. California has the next highest payments. And then Florida. I don't get any of that. Colorado ranks number 7. Ranks 11th. I'm sorry, 11th in the country for highest car payments. Let's go to the phones. And anything you want to talk about, give us a call. But I find that very interesting. People, I would say 90% of the people buy cars with loans. A lot of people like paying cash. What do you do? Do you pay or do you get a loan? And it depends, I think, on the cost of money for a lot of that. And I mentioned this before. For the first time in my life, I haven't actually done it yet, but I may consider leasing a car because I put so little miles on it. And so really, if you think about it, leasing is very efficient because you're not paying for the car you're not going to use. You're only paying for the part of the car you're using, which is the use of the car, the depreciation of the car. And then you don't have to struggle to sell it at the end to get your money back. Whereas when you buy a car, you're buying all of it, you're using some of it, and then trying to get your money back. Now, if you're in a good equity position, that would not be that bad. But let's talk to Aaron, who has a tax question. I have my expert on, Michael Plantinga from Larson Tax Relief. Aaron, what was your question? I think you came up yesterday. We had our attorney on. You said you used TurboTax. Oh, was this the TurboTax one? No, Aaron, was it?
Yes, it was the TurboTax one that deleted all the files. And I heard your comments yesterday about pigs flying, but it did happen.
But by the way, Aaron, honest to goodness, Aaron, everywhere I look. But let's take the question for Michael first. Michael, bottom line, Aaron lost a lot of data files from the past, not just his return, but his support documents, depreciation schedules, and what else, Aaron? Not just the PDF of the...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, basically all that stuff, and I, sent into the tax department.
Now, when you say all that stuff, you're talking about depreciation schedule. What else?
Depreciation schedules, basically the whole lot. The whatever was included.
Did you have 1099 stored in your data file?
It probably would be with some 1099s there, and then the different schedules for a business.
Okay.
Not
just the first two, not just the 2 pages of the 1040.
Right, exactly.
Michael, here was his immediate question. He lost his PDFs, he lost his files. If he goes to the IRS to download a transcript, does he get all that?
You can order tax return transcripts, Tom, for the past 3 years. You can order wage and income transcripts, which contain 1099 and W-2 information going back 8 years.
What about depreciation?
So that was the question.
What about the schedules?
The schedules, those are not anything that can be ordered from the IRS and sent to a taxpayer, unfortunately.
Wait, but you do submit them. Do you submit them? Oh, no, you don't, do you?
Those are not filed with the Social Security Administration, so they're not handy
you mean with the IRS?
For ordering.
With the IRS. Now,
exactly.
Okay, Michael, next question then. He ordered whatever he could get, he put in a request for with the IRS in November and paid for it. Is that right? Was
Actually,
it November, Aaron?
It was in August.
August,
Yeah.
wow. Even
I
worse.
mailed in the form that I don't remember the exact number. Wrote them a check for the $45 per return, and I still have not seen anything from them.
So,
and just to confirm, Aaron ordered a tax return transcript?
Yes, the full one, not the one from online. I can get that one, but the actual full one.
What would be the difference, Michael? That's what we're wondering. What's the difference from the full transcript that he orders and pays for, or the free one that he downloads? What's the difference?
As far as the free one and the one that he orders is one and the same. Just you can only go back 3 years. I don't know if he's trying to go back farther than 3 years ago.
See, that's what I don't understand either. Though you seem to think, Aaron, you're going to get more information from the paid one, and what Michael
that's what I was kind of led to believe by reading the stuff online, but I might be wrong.
Well, Larson Tax Relief orders more transcripts than anybody I know. So, Michael, what's the story? Do you get more on the more on the hard copy or the download?
Well, they're one and the same when it comes to a tax return transcript for a Form 1040, Tom. But again, you can only go back 3 years, so I don't know if he's trying to go back farther, and perhaps that's the fee that he paid for.
No, just 2020 onwards.
Well, Aaron, you spent that money for nothing. You might want to try to get it back, because what Michael Plantenga is telling us at Larson Tax Relief is that you can go online and get the same thing today.
Yeah, well, I did download the online version, and that's why
Can I ask something? Are you trying to get your depreciation schedule because you want to pick up where you left off and you want to make sure you're consistent?
Basically, yes.
Now, I have another question for Michael. Michael, this is neither here nor there, and I'm sure Aaron's tired of hearing about it. But are you familiar with TurboTax at all, Michael?
Yeah, I use it personally.
Okay, listen, good. When you do your TurboTax, not online though, he has the TurboTax that he downloaded to his computer.
Okay.
And when he uses TurboTax, it creates a PDF file at the end. So then he has a PDF of his complete return. He said when he took an update for TurboTax, it literally, well, he thinks it did, it erased all of his past PDFs. In fact, he had some PDFs on an external hard drive, and he said it went into that external hard drive and erased them as well. Now, Michael, like I said, Aaron didn't call to hear he's wrong, and maybe you feel he's not. Have you ever heard of such a thing? I don't know how an update could erase exterior or external files, but anyway.
I've never heard of that before, but if there's an issue, they do have a help desk that he could reach out and see if they could dig up those old PDFs and email them.
Well, he doesn't have them
directly.
online, though. He never did it online. There was no online component. It was all local.
Got it.
You know, so it really sucks, but somehow in his update... Go ahead, Aaron.
So I actually downloaded a program that's supposed to find deleted files on your computer. And I ran that program, and it actually found all the PDFs that were deleted. The only problem is it turned them into 3,000 pages. Some pages have like 2 lines on it. Some have 3. Some have a couple of figures. So I got all the files, but there's no way to reassemble them.
Yeah, that tells me that it was deleted. What you did was you got a recovery program for deleted files. And the way a computer works, what a lot of people don't understand is when you delete a file, it doesn't literally go in and remove it from your hard drive. It removes the access to those files. And then it becomes a rewritable space. So if you deleted something recently, there's a good chance of recovering it. The longer it stays, the more pieces of it get overwritten. And by the way, if you looked at a hard drive, we all think of files as being neatly in folders and under file names, and they're not. Files are all over your hard drive. One file could be in 50 different places on that hard drive. I mean, it's random access. Hard drives are random access, and they don't keep things in neat little packages like we think. But when you call for a file, it literally assembles the pieces and displays them. So when we delete them, we are deleting the access to those fragments and now telling our computer that fragmented space is now okay to overwrite. And then it overwrites. Now, there is a Department of Defense, and there are certain shredding files that literally get rid of it, not just the reference to it, but it gets rid of it. But most people don't have that. That's why you were able to recover the fragments still left on your hard drive. Now, Aaron, there are programs that can go into those fragments and identify them, the breadcrumbs, and reassemble them. Did you know that?
Well, I guess it's possible, but like the PDFs, like I said, there's 3,000 pages.
Now, so you have recovered 3,000 PDFs, is what you're saying?
Yes, separate PDFs.
I get it.
And some of them like have 1 word on, 2 words.
No, I get it. But there are. If you kept using your computer over and over and over, there's more than likely that you can't recover. But there are other recovery programs that go into your hard drive and reassemble. They don't just find the fragments, but they also reassemble them. I'm sorry this happened to you. Yeah. I am convinced.
Oh, it's crazy. It deleted from 2020 onwards. It didn't touch anything from 2019. Anything with 19. 2014 or anything like that, but just anything from 2020 onwards, it deleted all those programs.
And I have not found one other person it has happened to online. Not one other person. You said you read. You have to give me a link because I have not found one other person. And I've done a searching. I went everywhere I could on the internet and could find nothing. So if you find that for us,
I'll send you some links.
Please send me some links. I need to find out what you're talking about because, and I want anyone listening, and including our noisy YouTube morons, they love talking about this. Give me some comments. I want to know if you've ever heard of such a thing. We have more coming up.
A massive data leak, being called the mother of all breaches, has been announced. Billions upon billions of records with sensitive data from previous breaches, newly stolen data, and privately sold databases have been exposed. Cybercriminals can use this information to commit identity theft. Help protect yourself and join the millions who trust LifeLock. LifeLock detects identity threats and alerts you if your information is being used. If you become a victim, LifeLock will work to fix it. Save up to 25% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com.
You know, today is car day, and I love doing RV commercials on car day because Lazy Days RV are these people are the RV authority, lazydays.com. And they have, of course, I call it a new location, but it's really Century RV that was taken over by Lazy Days, now known as Lazy Days of Denver at Longmont. Our fine people up there have the great maintenance facility for any and all customers, not just Lazy Days people, but if you're looking for dependable maintenance, look no further than Lazy Days at Longmont. That's exit 240 and I-25. Basically, you take that frontage road on the east side, and it's south of that intersection, about a quarter of a mile. LazyDays.com, any location for great deals on new and used RVs.
Bet the hand.
Right.
The only reason I didn't bet the hand, I thought high hand was, that was me, baby.
Wow.
You don't pull 4 kings.
No.
4 fucking kings.
That's crazy.
Did you know it works that way on high
hand?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So you got
everyone
only for
knows
high
that.
hand. Only for high hand, you got to play both your cards.
Yeah.
Tommy's talking to you. He says everybody knows that.
Everyone knows
No, shut up. You don't know anything.
Everyone knows that. I always play high
Hey,
hand.
Ken, I put the splitter if you want to hear Tom.
I got it.
I thought I had it. I really thought I won, and I didn't, man. It sucks.
I like playing low hand, too.
I love high-low, but they never play it
And
up
then
there.
I like playing hand
medium
in the
hand.
pocket.
We call that pocket pool where I came from.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Mark.
Did you ever cut a hole in your pocket when you were younger? You seem like the type.
Why, because you were the type?
I don't know
didn't.
what that means.
Oh, come on.
Jesus.
Give it some thought.
I cannot believe
Shannon,
we're
help
having
this guy out.
conversation. God. Making
Popcorn
Kevin
bucket
blush. Jeez.
I asked him if he ever cut the pocket out of his, his pants pocket
What
when he was
for?
younger.
What
Popcorn
for?
bucket, what?
I don't know. See, he thinks I have a mind like his.
Or, yeah, I like the popcorn bucket one. That's
Yeah.
good. You need some popcorn, honey?
Extra butter?
So you put a hole in the bottom of the popcorn, you pop your junk through there.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
you're disgusting.
You're on a first date and you go, hey.
Erase
That's-
that. Erase
That's what
that.
happened with Susanna and I on her
I
first
want to
date.
make a formal apology.
So instead of getting butter on the popcorn,
we're not.
Apologize to me, Tom.
We are
I got to
not
listen to
these kind
this
of people.
stuff.
Ew,
You're
God.
married to him. I don't apologize. You're used to it.
popcorn's so salty.
Oh, dear.
I was like, extra butter.
Greasy.
How you doing, Kevin?
You guys are so off the rails so early in the show.
Can't even wait till the first hour's over. Jeez.
Now, if you go back and rewind the tape, Tom actually started every bit of this.
Never.
Every bit.
I said I play high and low
And then what'd you say?
in the pocket.
There you go.
That's a well.
It didn't
Just so
take
you know,
much to
bro.
start, but
Yeah.
That,
No, bro.
That is a.
Yeah, what is that? A flying thing?
No, that is
pilot-
well-known
pilot
thing
lingo?
when you gamble to play what they call in the pocket.
Yeah, everybody here just had the same look. Oh, okay.
And some people call it in the river. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
We can tell Tom was a big gambler in his day.
I'm dead money. That's what they call. I think that was they were complimenting me or something when I sat down. They said there's dead money.
Whew.
Did you know more than half of Americans wish they could skip Valentine's Day?
I wish you could. I hate Valentine's Day.
You know what? There
Frickin'
goes
hate it.
There goes that dustbuster.
It's nice going to dinner.
vacuums you can
Well,
buy.
yeah, that's because how many vacuums can you get, for God's sakes?
Yeah.
Or frying pans or whatever.
Oh, there's. You know what? I'm taking your frying pans away. Fuck it. You know what, Tom? You just created
Tom,
it.
I love my fried
She can go
pans.
back to her Walmart shit. Fuck it.
What do you guys do? La Cousse?
La Cousse.
No, made in.
Oh,
you got the maidens? You like those?
Oh, he got them for me for Christmas a few years ago. I love those
John
things.
Fuller turned us on.
But Mark has bought me vacuums for
Oh
Christmas,
my
and
God,
Tom gives
I
him
just
shit for
can't
it.
believe this email I got. Oh my God.
What's it say?
Oh, I love it. Help.
Dear Tom, I've been listening to you since 1927.
No, I don't know if it's good or if it's bad. No, I think it's good.
Read it.
Oh, Jesus.
We'll tell you if it's good or bad.
These other. Oh, never mind. I can't believe it.
I keep waiting for. I need to introduce you to your 30-year-old son.
I got to cut spots here.
Flash credit.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. We are having so much fun on and off the air. Hey, I get an email here. This is a crazy email. I kind of like it, but I'm going to take my call first. What is Shay calling about?
Mm-hmm.
Shay?
Yes, hello.
Hi, what's on your mind today?
Well, my husband and I, we were notified in in August of last year that our insurance was going to be going up an astronomical amount. They said it was
now, what
due
kind of
to the,
insurance? Is it car or house?
Well, we had everything together, so it was everything, but it was the property insurance for our home that was going up a huge amount.
Yeah, by how much?
Well, we were paying in the lower threes, and it was going up to $6,200.
Oh my gosh!
So a huge, yeah.
You know what? Difference. This is happening to a lot of people.
Yeah. So we were shocked, of course, by that number, and we decided to shop around, see if we could find less. And
did you go to? Did you go to? I have to mention this because I mention it every week on the Troubleshooter show several times. Did you try Compass Insurance Group?
No, we had. It's called One Digital. It was a insurance broker, and
that's
I think
what Compass is.
Inglewood.
But Compass does this unbiased look at like 25, 26 companies. What did you find when you shopped?
So we were able to obtain lower coverage.
From who?
So we ended up notifying. My husband deals with it, but
Do you recall what your? Do you recall what your Do you recall who your carrier was on the 3,000 that went to 6,000?
Travelers.
Okay, that's a good company. And who did you don't know who you switched to?
It's Allstate.
Oh my God, the worst company you could have. I do want to tell you something. They're a legit company, but they suck with customer service. Mm-hmm. How much were you able to save with them?
Well, so here's the problem. The problem is we ended up notifying the broker that we were able to find cheaper coverage and that we wanted to cancel with Travelers. And they said, well, so it was before it renewed, but they said because it goes through escrow and is held with your mortgage, they said they have already sent the check, which was $6,200 out of our escrow. So the $6,200 went, and we told them we've canceled. We need, that money needs to be reimbursed because it was sent off to the wrong company.
If you actually had new coverage in place, even though Allstate sucks, if you had new coverage in place at the before the other one lapsed, you should get 100% of that money back.
Right. Now, here's the problem, because it's a big company and everybody, you don't get anywhere with them. They have been holding our $6,200, and Travelers will not speak to us because we obtained insurance through the broker. And we have been dealing with different people.
Well, the broker should help you, but I'm there's something that's not adding up here. Who is your broker?
It's One Digital.
Well, One Digital, here's the problem. Allstate does not use brokers.
Uh-huh.
So how did you get One Digital?
So the money was sent to Travelers.
No, I'm not asking that. Listen, just listen to what I'm asking. How did One Digital find you Allstate and help you with Allstate?
We actually did. We obtained it on our own. We didn't use One Digital for it because One Digital ran the numbers. That's why
One Digital is not helping you now, because you left them in essence.
Right. So So they have 60. So basically, the $6,200 has been tied up. We have been basically. My husband has talked to this person and that person. We have all written records for everything that we've done. It's all been done, through email. So we have the every conversation that's occurred. But anyway, so now we're not having. We have been going back and forth, trying to do everything we can to get the $6,200 returned. They said, "Oh, a check was sent here." And
hey, will Allstate help you? Will your Allstate agent help you? Of course not.
No. So
who is it? Let's call up the Allstate agent. They're the ones that did the policy. Let's call them up.
They actually should have helped you here.
Well, what else do they do? Just get commission? They have some. There's something going on. They're
you know
supposed
what?
to lift
Here's
the
what I'd
finger.
like to do. First and foremost, you should have gone, and I don't want to just rub your nose in it, but you should have gone to Compass Insurance Group. In my opinion, there's no broker that has the level of service. But as a service to you, there's no obligation, obviously. I want to get them on the phone to ask them how to handle this. With all the insurance going up after those hailstorms, and even if we didn't have the hailstorms, a year before we had the fires, everything's going up. And then, of course, across Colorado, the average, there's ones that go up way higher, but the average increase in property taxes is 42%. People's mortgage payment that was $2,000 is going to be like $2,800 this year come March. I mean, people have no idea the predicament they're in. Hey, Shay, this is a very important question, okay? And that is, how much did you save?
We ended up, it was in the low threes. So it was actually a slightly higher amount of coverage than we had with the traveler's policy.
Good.
So we ended up in a better place. I wouldn't have thought to have Allstate help us because, they were never involved in that transaction.
All right, hold on. We're going to come back to you. I want to get Compass Insurance Group on. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, waterpros.net. The best drinking water ever at your kitchen sink. Around $1,000 fully installed. Compare that to $8,000 to $10,000 from plumbers. Water Pros, the best water systems at the lowest prices. 303-862-5554.
This hour from the Trajan Wealth K-House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
A couple incidents through the center of town. I-25 southbound before Spear Boulevard. A crash blocking two left lanes has stop and go back from I-70. We're seeing a 10-minute delay. West of there, 6th Avenue westbound. Watch out for a slow-moving maintenance vehicle in the left lane after Union Boulevard. We're seeing a 10-minute delay there. Otherwise, a calm drive throughout the Denver Metro. I-70 east and westbound flowing free to and from the DIA area. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, scattered showers today. Cooling down after yesterday with a high of 56 degrees, overnight low of 33. Tomorrow, that rain turns to snow with a high of 42. The current temperature is 41 degrees with your Impact Traffic and Weather. Mark Swan, 630 K-House.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate, not one based on anyone else. So if you drive safely, you could save money. Good to know. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
Hey, what is a retirement plan? What percentage of income can you look forward to in retirement? What are survivors' benefits? And how do you make sure you get the right amount? How do you deal with risk and longevity and running out of money? How do you protect your money? When should you consider a Roth conversion? When should you start Medicare? What happens if you don't? What about long-term care and what they're calling the tax explosion? Does a trust work for you and a will? All of these questions will be tackled at our retirement summit, our Security and Freedom Retirement Summit, February 8th. Please join me. Listen, even if you think you are 100% prepared for retirement, if you're in your 30s, it's better. If you're in your 60s, still come. If you have parents, come. Loved ones, come. February 8th, mark your calendar. Find out more at rpcenter.com. February 8th, 6 o'clock at the Delta Event Center in Thornton. Listen, you really want to know what's going on in retirement. Our Peace Center will be there along with experts. I'll be there. And I urge you to come to ask any questions you want of me or of them. And I am totally transparent on what I'm doing, how much I'm doing, and why I'm doing it. I want to share knowledge and experience. rpeacecenter.com.
Okay.
Hey, Kevin became a granddad yesterday.
Really?
Oh, it's so cute, the little boy.
Boy, girl, what?
Boy.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Here?
Son. No, he's back in New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
His name
That's
is
good
Calvin.
news, but Tom?
To just north of Albany.
Hey,
Okay.
Tom, why did you do 90 seconds on that spot?
Because I just felt like it, you little bastard. If you want to be a smart ass.
Well, I'm just kind of worried about some of the parts of the show.
Little 3-bedroom house.
Yeah, okay.
229 or something.
As long as you don't mention you know what, then you won't be part of the lawsuit.
Well, there's just some mechanics to the show that are slipping, and I just wondered about it. No, I mean it doesn't affect me at all. I'm still here. I'm still here every day, but
I'm not doing
couldn't
time and
imagine
temperature.
I don't know.
That's
well.
okay.
No, it's not mine. It's not mine.
Okay, no problem.
I have no
think
vested
you should
interest.
still
All right, brother,
be
hang on.
texted. He'll just say it. He'll just won't answer. Totally fine. Okay. But just so you're aware of, if he's not answering.
You guys want pizza today?
You know what I mean?
I was just thinking that. Hold on. Let me text my parents.
Because we got to order soon if we're going to.
They open in 20 minutes.
What time were they going to, Jillian?
They were supposed to be at her house at 11 or meeting them at 11.
How the fuck do you spell? Is it a J or G?
Gillian. I doubt they're going to see Jillian now. I highly doubt it, Mark.
I don't know what they're doing.
How old is the dog?
It's like
They don't.
4 or
They
5.
rescued it, so it's almost impossible. But the vet thought around 4 or 5, like she said.
Yeah.
But it had a really fucked up tongue.
Because the teeth, he had no teeth.
Yeah.
So his tongue hangs out. It can only eat soft foods. It's the cutest little dog. His mom is, your girlfriend might be this way, like dogs are people kind of thing.
Oh my God! Yeah. No,
Did you say dog with no teeth?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how his mom.
See ya.
Yeah.
Susie, are you talking about a dog with no teeth somewhere?
Yeah, my in-laws are in town and they just got sudden news their puppy died this morning.
Oh.
And so it's just really kind of messed up.
Sorry about that. I won't make
They
a
are
peanut butter
beside
joke then.
themselves
I'm
right
done.
now. We're
All
trying to figure out what we're going to do. That they're supposed to go home Sunday.
They're
and
calling around to state hospital or state.
for autopsies. My mother-in-law is so beside her. I would be too.
Autopsy or necropsy?
If it were my Dima or Nico, oh my God, I'd want to go home. I'd want to go home.
But
so
what good does an autopsy do?
Necropsy or
There's
autopsy?
I mean, what's it going to do?
A
It's
person
going
or
to
a
make
dog?
it last longer.
a puppy.
Oh, so necropsy.
Oh, it's not an autopsy. It's a necropsy.
Oh, I didn't know that. A
Yeah, different word
necropsy.
for
He knows
not
the weirdest
human.
shit.
Well, no. It's just that, we apply some words to humans and other words to animals.
The vet said that pretty much only the state hospitals do it.
And they thought it was congestive heart failure.
Well,
Oh.
it's something I would look into, a dog with no teeth. That's not a bad idea.
How much? What do you call it
You
again?
figured there would be signs
Necrophiliac?
of this puppy,
No,
being
Is
sick.
the dog allergic to peanut butter? Because that would be awful.
What-
Necropsy.
Necropsy.
I'd have to look up a solid pronunciation. I can get the daughter on to talk
The
about it.
examination of an animal after death.
Aw.
It says 15 to 3,000, which means
That
it's
is so
3,000
cute.
to 6,000.
Yep.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Today's car day, by the way. So any car question, we got to get to the phones. We have full lines. So bottom line, we have Brian Burns from Compass Insurance Group. They do the insurance checkup, by the way, for those listening. If you were in Shay's position, or you're going to be, where insurance is going up, almost doubling, and you need to figure something out, they go out and do a free insurance checkup. Now, they can't promise you the lowest prices and the best coverage all the time, but we've figured out about 85% of the time they do get you better coverage at better prices. But they're honest. They'll tell you if they can. Now, Brian, Shay, listen to Shay's story. I'm going to sum it up. Shay was facing a traveler's increase of about $3,000. So she shopped around and found Allstate for around $3,000 for better coverage. She's satisfied, so we'll leave it at that. You know how I feel about Allstate, but anyway, she got Allstate.
Sure.
And I don't blame her. If she's saving $3,000, if she truly got better coverage, good. Now, bottom line is this: right before it expired, it wasn't expired, it wasn't lapsed. Allstate was there right at the right time. All of that took place properly. However, her escrow account for her mortgage sent the renewal check before it expired. Therefore, Travelers was paid before it expired, and they were paid $6,000 some odd dollars. Now, she simply wants her money back. It's that simple. And she is having a tough time because Travelers won't talk to her because they said, you didn't buy Travelers, the broker did.
No, that makes no sense at all. She is the customer for Travelers. The agent would be just that, her agent.
It was a broker.
She should be able to talk directly to them to cancel.
Have you ever heard of One Digital?
I have not.
All right. Well, these a-holes who are insurance brokers, they won't help her get her money back.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I'm happy to help. Give her our number off air here. I just need a policy number. We'll call over there and get this thing canceled.
Now, listen, Shay, did you just hear this? They're not even your company, and they're going to help you.
That's amazing. Let me specify what happened here and what they're telling us.
Okay.
They are saying there was a bulk check that was issued from our escrow and sent to Travelers, and there was no distribution. So they were saying they couldn't track it because it wasn't itemized. And so we're getting the runaround because there was a check issued, and then they said, we're issuing you a refund check. And there's been 2 times now they've told us that there has been a check issued, a bulk check, which included our funds, but there was no itemized statement that went, and so it wasn't allocated. And so everybody's saying that they can't figure out where the funds are.
Okay, no, I get that, Shay. What they're saying is your mortgage company sent more than your premium. They sent a bunch of premiums.
Right.
But your mortgage company should sure as hell have a record of what they sent, for God's sakes.
Exactly.
Now, who's your mortgage company? Your escrow, the servicing company.
I think it's Select Portfolio, but I know we had one transition, but I believe that's what it is. My husband is typically the one that deals with this, but he's been getting the runaround, and my dad suggested, he said, call Tom Martino, because at this point it's been since the end of August.
I know why, because your dad is old and wise, and he said,
well, he's definitely old.
You need to call someone wise. And so listen, here's what we're going to do. I want Brian is going to, as a courtesy, just look into it. But even with a bulk check, they're crazy if they say they don't know what policies they're for. Of course they do. Otherwise, they would lapse you. I mean, when it comes time to renewal, they know what damn policies were paid and what policies were not. It may have been done as a bulk check transfer or ACH. I'll grant them that. However, somewhere there was an adjunct, there was an adjacent file showing what the payments were for. Otherwise, your damn company could never, Travelers could have never applied the premiums to the proper policies. They are absolutely either lying or exaggerating. To say, well, we don't know what policies they go to, I would have said, well, then how do you know which policies lapse? I mean, how would you know?
Right.
They're full of crap. Brian, see, you can speak insurance. So when they speak,
Yeah,
crap, you
we
speak.
can call them. It doesn't sound like it's not like they didn't cancel the policy. It sounds like the policy's canceled. It's now just
Well,
like
we don't know if it's canceled,
is where
Shay.
the issue
Did
is,
they
right?
renew your policy with Travelers? Do you have 2 policies?
No, it was not renewed. We provided the cancellation in writing via email, and it was confirmed received. So there should be no issue with it being canceled and it being done with sufficient time before the date of the lapse.
All right, hold on, and we'll get you through. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. By the way, your insurance checkup at Compass, 303-996-9000. And one other thing, if you want a checkup on your house and what it will sell for, call Frank Duran. He's not going to try to hustle you into a listing agreement. No. He wants to know about the market. So if you want to know what your house will sell for, he'll do it free of charge. Maybe someday if you do list it, you'll think of him, but no obligation. He'll do a complete analysis of what you will make on that house based on all the current factors. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
Yep.
No.
One Digital should help her.
Yeah, without a doubt. They got paid. Why not help?
Well, she's not using them anymore. That's one thing. How much time do I have?
Probably, I would guess, 4 years.
All right, bye.
That's generous. 6 minutes, 5 minutes. Go, just leave.
Tommy. This is like Napoleon Dynamite. Bye.
Bye. It's the worst day of my life.
Worst day of my life. How was school today? Worst day of my life.
You need to go feed Tina, Napoleon.
Oh, I always swore if we ever got an alpaca or a llama, we'd name it Tina.
Nah, we're gonna stick where we're at. Blah blah blah. What a fucking day.
It's not even noon.
I said, are you
Not
guys...
even 11.
What'd you say?
I said, are you guys still going to Jillian's?
They just haven't answered. You might. Did you text your mom? I'll text your mom.
Yeah, you text her.
Doc, the thing just went off again.
There it is.
Oh.
Okay, no, they're not.
Okay.
So, oh, man.
I knew they wouldn't.
I'm going to say we're going to head home a little early.
Okay.
You're all right if we split, Kevin, right?
Yeah, of course.
Unbelievable.
Did you want me to go ahead and renew through Colorado the red Santa Fe?
Yep.
Okay.
You need his insurance, though.
Huh?
Tell him to send proof of insurance.
Oh, did you try to do it yourself?
Mm-hmm.
And it needs proof of insurance?
Yep, and I think we got to go to DMV now.
I don't think we got to go. I'm going to try again, just see what it
try
says. Maybe you
It
messed
said
up.
you need proof of insurance. But
Oh, probably because they can't read it out of state.
I don't know, but I might have missed it.
I'll log on to his. I think I have his login for his Progressive. Miles. Oh, that's not it.
Issue with USPS. Worst company in the world.
Here it is. Okay, let me try this. Progressive.
log in.
Is that a headache with him out of state?
No. The only reason he owns a car, the only reason I haven't transferred it to him is because it kills a 100,000-mile warranty, which is bullshit. So 7 or 8 years ago, Hyundai would let you transfer it to an immediate family member and keep the warranty. Then they stopped it. So the only way to keep that warranty is keeping it in my name. I'm sorry, what did I miss?
Nothing. Nada.
Nada lotta.
Nada, nada.
I mean, just when the old man comes back on and goes, hey, I mean, I just
Mark.
need somebody to check on him.
Yeah.
I need to talk. Well, if we can't talk, let me just text you.
Okay.
I want to help you with something. I mean, I want you to help me with something.
Oh, for God's sake.
Well, that's a backward statement.
let me just text you. Hold on.
Hey, what's the best part of old age, Kevin?
Shut up.
It doesn't last very long.
Mark! That's a good one.
Plus, you can do anything you want.
All
Just blame it on old age.
This one's an old one. Which underwear brand do seniors love the best?
Depends.
It depends.
It depends.
Ta-da!
Okay, read that, Mark. Hey,
I will.
wait, why isn't this texting him? Damn you. God damn it. I hate this.
This one applies to Tom. Old age makes us great multitaskers. I can sneeze, pee all at the same time.
I can't. This is such bullshit. You know what?
But you did nothing. You changed nothing.
I didn't push that button.
That's a good one, Mark.
I don't even know.
What is it?
How is the
Douglas
moon
drives.
like dentures?
Here,
this
Mark's
is-
on a roll.
You know what, Mark? You suck. Your phone sucks. I can't text you from my stupid computer. Hi, am I on? Hello, is this
Yes.
thing working? Hello?
Unfortunately, we can hear you.
You know what?
Would you clip that out for me, please, Shannon?
Saving it.
By the way, Ideal Home
Can't
Loans.
figure out my computer.
Ideal Home Loans is still making loans, and this is really important. They have the interest rate guarantee, and right now we need it. If rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. 303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. Let me go to the phones. And Jessica, what's going on with you?
Hello.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi, Tom.
What's going on?
Hi. Okay. Wow. My mom is getting sick, and I've been her caregiver.
How old is your mom?
And she's 78.
And what is her illness?
She has neuropathy. She's in a wheelchair.
Does she have
And
type 2?
she's
Does
just-
she have type 2 diabetes?
She hasn't been diagnosed with that, no.
Okay.
But she's not mobile at all, and she's just getting worse.
Does she have a good
And,
doctor? I mean, does she have a doctor?
Yes, she does. She has hospice now at the house.
What?
So we
I
have
mean-
a doctor from hospice, and then we have nurses that come to the house.
Whoa, so is she dying?
Well, she's not getting better, and I know that eventually she's going to have full-time care, and she's going to need to be in a facility.
No, okay, Jessica,
my
we'll
brother
we'll
and
answer
I-
that question
yeah.
for sure. We'll talk about that for sure.
Okay.
Go ahead. What's going on with her?
Well, so we're just I've been taking care of her. I know she's going to be needing to go to facility soon, but we've been prolonging her care because we know that she's only on Medicare. She doesn't qualify for Medicaid. So she has investments and she owns a house. And so we're just worried that once she has to have full-time care in a facility, we're worried that she's going to lose her house. She's going to lose all of her investments.
They'll keep her in the house.
Now, wait a second here, Jessica. That's a possibility. But there are other
Yes,
things
sir.
that can be done. But I need to know a few things about her, and we're going to run out of time. So I'm going to get one of the people
Okay.
from Integra on, Integra Insurance. They're pretty smart about this. I'd also like to get Dan McKenzie on, or Keelan Park, either one. This is a serious issue, and I'd like to get you the experts, since you took the time to call, to get you the right information.
But Tom, wouldn't you agree in general, long as the mother's in the house, I've never heard of the government coming in and kicking her out of the house.
No, that's not what she's talking about. She's talking about at a time when she needs care in an institution.
Oh, okay, then.
She has
Wow.
to spend, she'll have to spend down her money or
You know
not.
where that's going, yep.
And there might be other ways to handle it. And frankly, sometimes you do have to spend down your fortune or your estate. We're going to talk about it, though, with two experts, one on estates and then one on health care and insurance and Medicaid and Medicare coming up.
Thank you.
Us and other taxpayers pay for her health care when she has money.
Because that's how the rules are.
But that's how she's hiding.
Why am I paying for immigrants coming over illegally?
Hey, Doc.
I do.
Bullshit.
Tom's
Doc.
trying to talk to you, Doc.
I don't think he can hear Doc.
What's
No, I
up,
heard
Tom?
that. Hey,
Well, I
Doc.
got a splitter.
Oh, okay. I didn't
What?
know you were split.
Several people, in fact, so many people say this same damn thing. So many
don't like
people,
half this shit.
they
I'm
want
just
to
jealous.
they want to get rid of their money so they can be on the public dole.
That was my point.
I know, but I don't want to chastise her for it because everyone asks about it.
Right. Well, what do you think?
Well, I think that the reason you have money is so you can take care of yourself.
Right. And there's no reason why we as taxpayers should pay for somebody who has the ability to pay for themselves.
Right. That's true. And
you know how long? Wait a minute. You know how long, say, 200,000 would last for care like that? Like
the point is, you know, that's
Would you kill-
200,000 of their money.
That's right. And then when she has no money left, then I think we should support her.
Now, calm down. Did you get it? Did I say anything bad?
I didn't say anything. There's so much wrong with this show. I feel so bad. I mean, really, there's so much mechanics
Shut up.
wrong with this fucking show.
There's nothing wrong with this show.
Yes, there is. It's slipping away, God damn it.
Slipping away how?
How?
Shannon.
Shannon.
Hey, Mark, did you
character.
get my text?
Let me look. No, I have received 0 text.
Come on, God.
0 text. Text me, Tom.
He's such an ass.
I always get your text.
I got nothing, man. 0.
Okay, I'm going to send it again.
Sweeto. You can't text him from your computer because
No,
he
but-
doesn't have an
But
iPhone.
for my phone, I can, yeah.
He's anti-iPhone.
Yeah, and what about anti-reality glasses for $3,500? Are they crazy?
Depends how cool they are, man.
Yeah, but how much more cool then can they be from what we have?
I have no idea.
Dude, you know
I heard
those-
it's got. How many cameras did they have? It's ridiculous.
Did you tell Tom how the Meta goggles like fit your prescription? It adjusted.
They are
Did you
so
tell him
cool.
that?
Yeah, I
know,
got
mine do too.
prescription
Yeah.
lenses.
Can you do it without glasses then, right?
Yeah, mine are prescription lenses for it. They were cheap too, man, under $50.
Oh, you actually bought it for it was an accessory
No,
for your.
but they do
I didn't
adjust a
realize
lot,
that.
though, Suze. They do adjust for people that have
Yeah.
just normal vision problems.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a learning curve for me on that dang Meta VR goggles, Tom. But I'm going to get the subscription to the workout one once my in-laws are gone. I didn't want to do the trial till they were gone because I wouldn't have time to do the trial.
I have a couple helicopters. Unbelievable.
Tom, that sounds like trouble. I'll tell you that right now.
What?
What you texted.
Yeah, I know, but man.
No, I tell you, ever since
Case
Ever
31,
since
you're
you
not
know
an
who's back
iPhoner. You
in
and
the
I have
building.
so much in common, but you're Team Android?
sounds like trouble.
Oh, you
bro.
know who? Meaning our friend.
Yeah, who's been here, left for a while to go.
Yeah. What about it?
This sounds like big trouble. That's all I'm saying.
To take it over?
I don't even think I would.
Are you talking? Okay.
I even if he said it, I think it could create an issue.
Why is so and so saying anything about making noise about that kind of stuff?
No, they always have been, but I'm just telling you, I do not see that going good at all.
They don't look at it as saving business. They look at it as stealing.
Well, that's not true. If he was actually gone,
okay,
then that would be a different story.
Okay.
Plus, in the building, it makes you and I look
like vultures.
Like vultures, even though we're not.
Right.
Hey, Tom, do you think Taylor Swift is going to endorse the Democratic Party?
Well,
I don't think she's going to.
I
hope she does.
I hope she stays apolitical because, I mean, truly, who I don't know.
Between her dad and this whole NFL thing, I mean, both of them, and I don't mean NFL, I mean, her dad is fucking a genius, man.
What do you
He's
mean?
going to talk. Well, he's a genius. He's basically the reason Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift.
Is he the manager?
He brought that talent to the level it's at.
Is he the manager?
Oh, yeah. He was like, wasn't he a banker or an investment guy?
I have no idea, but that's cool.
Yeah, so I think
She's pretty
I don't think she's
Did
going
you know
to.
She's a genius, literally.
Yeah, my point is her people, define them whoever they are going to be like, you're crazy. Yeah. Now, whether or not she's going to listen.
By the way, she is a genius. She is like 160 IQ.
She is. Yeah, she's a goddess.
God, that's 2 points away from me.
Well, I wouldn't say goddess, but I'd say she's a genius.
To me, she's a goddess. She's a poet. She's a genius.
I think Mark is a goddess.
Mark's a goddess?
For sure.
She wrote every song that she does, with the exception of a few that she co-wrote. She wrote them. She just gave credit to the other people.
The guy with the bleachers writes a lot of her stuff.
I know. I love him. Yeah.
What do you mean with the bleachers?
The guy, with the glasses, the one that plays the guitar.
Where she didn't write them?
He's produced Jack Antonoff. He's produced all of her albums, and they've done some collaboration stuff.
Oh, I mean the songs. Though.
You know, on Folklore, the Disney thing that we used to watch all the time.
Yeah.
He was the one with the glasses. Jack Antonoff. I think it's Antonoff.
Hey, Tom?
Yes?
Am I supposed to be getting experts? I was on the phone.
Let me see what I have. I'm sorry. Let me look.
Not an person at all, Case. Wow.
I hate iPhones.
Yes.
Well, Case and I have so much in common.
Insurance, and then I want to get one of our estate planners, either Keelan Park or Mackenzie.
Okay.
Preferably Mackenzie, because Keelan Park was just on, but I'll take either.
All right.
Okay, she's done two. Tim McGraw, she did not write, and Big Red Machine, which I've never heard.
I think she wrote Tim McGraw. Who wrote Taylor Swift?
Oh, was that the album called Tim McGraw?
No, it's a song.
No, it says, well, I'm just looking at it right here.
Song credit.
It says, well, this is actually really weird. Swift has recorded two songs.
Who wrote it with Liz Rose? She wrote it with somebody.
Okay.
That's what this is saying. I love that song. I love every song she does.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I do.
I'm good with her and like her, but man, she starts getting into politics.
Adeline's like, that's fine with me if Dad boycotts her. I'll go to New Orleans with you.
Those tickets will be sold.
Oh, yeah, right. You better figure out how to get the password.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now.
Uh-huh.
She doesn't think I'm serious.
What if she
goes?
I'm going to go see her.
It says here she's written half of her songs totally alone.
Yeah. And I think a lot of those were she
co-wrote. The other half were
collaborated. Yeah, I think the collaboration was she was being nice to the other party.
Well, that's not so. I mean, there are a lot of good people she's working with.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by One Clear Choice Garage Doors for the best garage door company ever. I mean, I love these people. 24/7 service for emergencies if you can't get your door open or closed. And they also do openers. They do any part of the door. They are actually factory endorsed by many of these door companies, by many of these manufacturers, where a lot of them aren't. So if you want the true deal, oneclearchoicedoors.com is the website. All of their prices are there. Give them a call, 720-370-3987. You'll love these people. 720-370-3987, oneclearchoicedoors.com. I've been using them for years. Now, back to the phones, and we have, we're getting our experts on for Jessica and her mom's finances. Right now, we'll go to Bob. Bob, you have an issue with the United States Postal Service. Bob, this is a follow-up. When did you call originally?
Hey, Tom, good morning. Thanks for taking the call. Nearly a month ago.
Yeah, and what was the issue,
January.
Bob?
Missing parcel. The local branch of
Explain the
USPS
situation. I'm
kind of a
looking
train
for your
wreck.
original call here. Go ahead.
So, let's see. My out-of-state private individual is getting older and was downsizing house and put about 5 or half a dozen maybe personal items in a cardboard box and sent it. There's no receipt, no photo taken, no appraisal.
And
It's
this
not,
was
I mean,
done-
in this day and
okay.
age where the bulk of packages going from point A to point B are through a business like Amazon or Amazon Prime or eBay or whatever. This is just two individuals, and the only business involved is United States Postal Service.
No, I get it. And you never got the package or the intended recipient. Who was the recipient? You?
Me.
Okay.
I'm the recipient.
And you never
This
got
thing's
it.
it's all done and over though. This is Robert, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the denial, it basically says there was no barcode scans or proof to verify the method of mailing. So they denied it. But your main problem is you only had 30 days from December 7th to appeal it. So I mean, this thing is so in the rearview mirror, man.
When I go to the branch and ask to speak to somebody above the job level of the average clerk, they say that that time restriction should not be a problem.
Let me ask you something, Bob.
That's just
Bob,
put down-
I want to
It's a
talk
form
about
letter. What I
Bob.
tried to get in your possession is just a simple form letter.
Bob.
I'm
Bob.
hearing you.
Okay, hang on one sec. Let's get right to the essence, okay? Let's get right to it. I doubt that anyone at the Postal Service did this intentionally, and I doubt that there's a solution if you can't find the package. The package is gone. Let's assume the package is gone. You're never going to get it. What do you want?
Okay.
I really need to ask that. What is your intention now?
Well, my sender provided me with the original receipt, which says courtesy $100 insurance or they promised to.
So is that what you want now?
I guess.
Okay, because that's really all you're going to get, if anything. So right now you're saying because you had $100 of insurance, you want the insurance at least, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, are they refusing to give you that because they don't acknowledge it was mailed?
I know it sounds half crazy. Well, it seems like the original receipt is proof that it was mailed.
In my opinion, it is. Mark, you have that receipt, right? Did he email it to you too?
I believe I did.
Yeah, it seems to me what you're saying makes sense. So, yeah, what are they saying about it? Are they saying, no, you didn't mail it? I mean, what do they say?
I'll tell you exactly what it says, but I don't understand what it means. This letter is in response to the insurance claim referenced above.
Right.
Based on our initial review, your claim has been denied because we have no barcode scans or proof to verify the method of mailing.
So they're saying we can't prove it was even mailed. Really? Isn't that what they're saying?
That's how I take it.
And it says if you wish to appeal, but it's too late to appeal now, right? This was sent.
Yeah, it says 30 days from December 7th.
But other than the receipt, what other proof could he possibly provide them?
That's what I don't know. And is this the receipt of mailing that you sent us? The one that says, really though, it says domestic. No, where's your proof? I don't see a receipt for mailing. Where you didn't send it to us? Where is it?
It was an additional page to the.
Oh, I got
we
it.
have it here, man.
With that barcode on it.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. I can't even read that receipt. Can you?
No, but I imagine that they could. I mean, it's their receipt, for goodness sakes. I mean, there's a barcode on it.
Well, when I put in this tracking number that's handwritten on here, I mean, there's nothing. It doesn't. It just says something went wrong.
So I'm trying to see that barcode to see if I can. My barcode does not capture that, so I can't.
Yeah, I already tried that.
Did you?
The barcode on the original receipt is simply for the sender to fill out a survey of how they were treated.
Oh, never mind. Okay. But as Kevin said, what more do they want than the original receipt? What did they say? Did you say I gave you the receipt? That's proof? I believe. To me, I don't blame you for being upset. I mean, it sucks. They do have a receipt.
I'm saying I don't have a receipt for the collection, for the collector-like items, which were the contents of the parcel.
Oh, they're saying we're not going to give you anything because you haven't proved that your stuff was worth $100.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so even though there's... Okay, got it.
So go get a receipt for something.
Or
what did she send you, by the way?
Knickknacks.
Her original receipt as a result of the transaction on the 20th of October.
No, what did she send you?
Rouge,
What did she
post office.
What did she actually send you? What was in it?
Oh, on the items, well, it was, there was a sort of a politically incorrect book titled by Glenn Beck, and some things that were on her wall, like
knickknacks, man.
Well, it's probably,
like
to be honest with you, they're not worth $100.
Well, regardless, so what you should have done, it's too late now. You should have just sent a receipt from Walmart prior to that date or anything. Who cares?
But what I'm saying is, obviously, you didn't lose $100, bro. I mean, I feel bad for you, but you didn't lose $100. I mean, look at what I'm asking you, Bob, is you didn't get this package. I get it, but you didn't lose anything. I mean, you lost a book and some other stuff. I mean, were these sentimental? I mean, what's the big deal on this?
I think they had sentimental value, yeah.
Okay. There's not much you can do about that.
You know something, though, man. It is not like our post office to where a month, 2, 3 months later, a package shows up.
No.
You mean it could happen?
And I live
It's happened to me.
Where the cluster box is shared by about 12 people, and their equipment says it was left, and one so-called manager at the branch of USPS even told me verbally, didn't put it in writing, that the regular carrier was off the day this package was delivered. The person filling in for him.
Yeah, I know, but you know what, Bob? Like I said, even with all of that, there is a limited liability, and it's that courtesy insurance is only for actual losses. By the way, I want to take this comment from Fernando on the TurboTax issue before we take a break. Fernando is weighing in on a problem where a guy claimed. No, go ahead.
No, what I wanted to try to do was clear up your caller with the $45 fee to get us a copy of his taxes.
Okay, go ahead, Fernando. Sorry.
Okay. Well, there's 2 forms you can fill out for your personal tax information. One of them is a 4506T, which stands for transcript, and the other one is a 4506 without the T. He must have filled out the 4506 without the T, because that's the one that they charge, because he's actually asking for a certified copy of what he sent in to the IRS. The transcript, 4506T, like it says, it's a transcript. It's a computerized printout.
And it's free.
Hey,
Oh, yeah,
Fernando.
that's free.
Fernando,
Yes, sir.
here's an important question. The one that he requested, if it was without the T and it's an actual certified copy, would that include the other schedules?
As far as I know, it includes everything that he submitted. They actually go to the box, pull out his return, and send him whatever he sent in.
Okay, well, that's good news for him because he'll get a lot of that stuff that he wanted. Now, Fernando, how do you know this, by the way?
I've dealt with this issue. But I think the reason they charge is because someone actually has to go out to the warehouse,
No, I get
pull
it.
the box,
Yeah.
and get his transcript, which is a little more labor.
Thank you very much, Fernando. I'm Tom Martino. More coming up.
A massive data leak, being called the mother of all breaches, has been announced. Billions upon billions of records with sensitive data from previous breaches, newly stolen data, and privately sold databases have been exposed. Cybercriminals can use this information to commit identity theft. Help protect yourself and join the millions who trust LifeLock. LifeLock detects identity threats and alerts you if your information is being used. If you become a victim, LifeLock will work to fix it. Save up to 25% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com.
So if you're looking for countertops and you want great deals, why don't you give the Art of Granite a call? You don't have to meet with them. You don't even have to visit. Just take a picture of where the countertop is and maybe some measurements. Call the Art of Granite and get a price on the phone. You may want granite. You may want stone. You may want any other material. They do it all. They tear out and haul away free. And they do the free vanity when you have the kitchen done or a free kitchen sink. Get your price right now, 303-386-5919, 386-5919, theartofgranite.com.
Thinking yesterday
At
to buy
Charter
something
Communications.
before they did
When
their
was
earnings.
this?
I was this
Oh,
close,
about 2
man.
weeks ago.
With my parents
Oh,
in town
poor
and
kid.
everything.
But
I
he's,
was
they gave him
distracted.
13-week severance.
Oh, wow.
I didn't think it would be
It gives
anything
him,
like that.
2.5 months to find another place.
No, usually those don't jump that
Yeah,
much.
he's in no
20% in one day.
No, but I bet if you bought it now, you could make a few bucks on the down, but
Yep.
I don't do that.
Nope, that's a dangerous way to play.
We got to be there for dining at 5:30 tomorrow.
Yes, I saw that hour and a half before the show. Well, hopefully the weather's not terrible. I'm gonna look Colorado Springs weather tomorrow.
They still don't know.
They don't know. It's a guessing game. Like we only have
Rain or
one
snow
snow
right
vehicle,
on
so we had to ask our in-laws not to make any plans for tomorrow in case we needed the snow vehicle.
Yep.
It's like
Yeah, because you guys a little more elevation.
Yeah.
Down there. I remember
Yeah.
Elizabeth would get a foot of snow where we lived, and Denver gets an inch.
yeah. Or sometimes it's the other way around, but generally we're the ones to get hit in that Palmer Divide area. Let's see what Colorado Springs is looking at like.
Penrose.
Oh, it's your dad. Hey, Robert. Oh, hi, Joe.
You done yelling at me, Shannon?
They start calling you Doc, then you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. I know. I know. And are we still down? Yeah.
What does that mean, down?
What do you mean down?
You said, are we still down? What does that mean?
Shannon was talking to me. Meaning, are we on fucking YouTube?
I don't know. Are you feeding through Tommy's unit?
No. I mean, were we putting shit out to YouTube? It's still no cause to throw a fit.
I'm here too, you
And we are so glad you are.
F off.
How come we're the only show with multiple? I mean, we always have. Well, actually, you've been doing the first 2 hours for a while, but how come you don't do all 4 hours?
Hours. And then, God damn it, the break is too short, and I'm not going to be able to get in. Oh, you suck. Nope. We're back early. God damn it. I can't take it. Here we go. You're up.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Dan McKenzie, I want to go back. I want to go to our expert. He's with McKenzie Law Firm, coplans.co. And I want to ask something. Dan, I know you get this inquiry a lot. Jessica's mom is very sick. She's 78, in a wheelchair at home, currently getting hospice. She fears she may need some full-time care at a facility, and she has some assets. Now, Jessica, explain the assets. What are we talking about? Is there equity in a home?
In her home.
How much
and
equity?
Also she
How
has,
much equity?
I don't know exactly. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I can't tell you that.
Is it a big, beautiful home?
No. She probably would have about at least $200,000 in equity.
Okay. Now, what other assets? Does she have any cash?
She has it all in stocks.
About what is her stock portfolio worth?
I don't know that either. But it's pretty, probably about 80,000.
Okay. Now, here's the deal. Is that all she has?
Yeah, pretty much. Yes.
Okay. Now, Dan, what happens if someone has to go into a facility? They get Medicare? Do they have to spend down their money before they get Medicaid? How does that work?
Yeah, Medicare is only, there's a limit to how much time they'll cover anything, and it's really not for like long-term care. There are protections, so you would go to Medicaid after you've hit that time limit, and it's pretty short. So if we're talking about an extended stay in some sort of nursing facility, you would be looking at Medicaid. And Medicaid, famously, yes, they want you to spend down your assets first and pay for your own care first before they kick in. And the threshold for someone who is not married is to $2,000, so not much. There are some protections in place for a house if the person intends to go back there. So I don't know if that could be something. I mean, no one knows. It's what does the person intend? So
what's to prevent, Dan? What's to prevent people? What's to prevent people from saying they do intend to go back?
Yeah, I mean that. Like I said, it's relatively easy to claim and hard to check, and so a lot of people do make that statement. But again, okay, Medicaid covers this. They're not necessarily going to force her to sell the home, but if there's a probate process, which there probably would be if she passes away because she has real estate, then Medicaid might show up and assert a creditor's claim and that to be repaid for whatever they covered.
I have a question. Could my mom gift the house to me and my brother?
Jessica, everyone asks that. And let's talk about getting rid of assets, Dan. Just go over the time limit. There's what's called a look back. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, there's the 5-year look back. So what Medicaid does when you submit the application is they do look at any transfers that were made in the last 5 years for less than fair market value. So obviously a gift is way less than fair market value. It's nothing. She's given away $200,000. Effectively, they're going to they're going to try and figure out, okay, how much would that have covered in long-term care? If it's $10,000 a month, then we're probably talking, 20 months, and then it might kick in. So, giving away that's in a kind of rush.
That's why it's very important for those listening. If you want to do long-term planning and retirement planning, you have to plan for a spend down of assets or a gifting or a transfer prior to 5 years. Isn't that right, Dan?
Yeah. Yeah. So there are some things that can get done. I don't want to totally discourage you from looking further, because there are some ways to potentially get some stuff.
Can you give us a hint on some of those things that you might be able to do?
Yeah, there's. One of the more common strategies is purchasing potentially like an annuity that gives you some income. It's got to be a Medicaid compliant annuity. There can be, like I said, there can be some planning around the house. There are some when the main asset is a house, there are some potential options for, like I say, staying there and keeping Medicaid out, at least during her lifetime. And there are some facilities that are not necessarily lawyers that help with Medicaid applications, so you could look some of those up too.
So Dan, what if, for example, she sold her stocks in her house and bought a lump sum annuity and then had some income? That income would be counted against her. I don't mean against her in a bad way, but it would be, what would Medicaid do with the income she's receiving if you take both her Social Security income and her annuity income?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the Medicaid compliant annuity. I think she gets the income, and it doesn't count towards the Medicaid. But then the reason it's Medicaid compliant is because ultimately the annuity has a death benefit that does compensate Medicaid for some of the costs of paid.
That's not a bad idea. I mean, that gives her some income, and it helps her. Now, it doesn't help what Jessica might be worried about, and that is her and herself, as far as
trust me, a lot of people have looked into this like crazy. It's just the way it is. Some people would even argue that if our tax dollars are paying for her care, that's not fair. Doc's on that.
That's my argument.
Yeah, that's
Why
that.
should I, as a taxpayer, support her when she has her own money?
But it doesn't matter, because the rules are what the rules are. I'm not going to play God in the situation.
Right.
I looked into it, and when I looked into it, hell, I talked to Mackenzie, remember? I talked to you for a while about it. The bottom line is there's a 5-year look back, and you're not going to get around it unless if it's fraudulent. And then if it's fraudulent, I want you to understand what happens to your mother. She gets kicked to the curb because if they can't go after the cash and get the cash back and it was fraudulent, they will not pay for her care anymore. Is that correct, Dan?
Right. Yeah. Fraud is bad. Do not commit fraud. But like I said, I've seen some people with some assets. Again, there are several organizations out there, and we would be happy to talk to you further to see if there's some emergency planning that could be done. But generally, the main mark is right. Like, Medicaid is stretched thin and doesn't want to cover. What you're effectively asking them to do is protect your inheritance. It's not
that's
so much
exactly right. That's exactly. And again, Jessica, we're not trying to make you feel guilty, but that's the way the government looks at it. Why should we protect your inheritance?
But I'm going to tell you this: if you talked to Dan McKenzie years ago, before your mom or dad or for anybody listening got bad, he would have said what you need to do is this. Possibly one of the things is, she gifts the house to you at that point. I'm not saying that there's lots of things to do, but when you're up against that 5-year clock and they're getting bad, that's a whole different story.
Dan, gifting may not be a good idea because of the step up in basis or not.
Yeah,
I don't know. But Dan,
I have a question.
But a trust could real quick. Hold on, Jesse. We're real quick. Dan, does a trust help if 5 years ago they did a trust?
Yeah, that's probably the most popular planning technique is to use what's called a Medicaid asset protection trust. And the reason is, giving your house to your kids obviously has some drawbacks too. They might not, that they're going to lose the step up in big capital gains basis. They might lose the house if they have a creditor issue pop up or get divorced. There's just 100 ways that that could be a problem. You could have a falling out with them. So a Medicaid asset protection trust gives you a way to put the house under somebody, get it out of your hands, basically, while also maintaining some semblance of control over it. So,
now, Jessica, what was your question? Go ahead.
What if I were to buy my mom's house and then the house was under my name?
Yeah. Well, then.
But the money, if you buy your mom's house, it has to be for fair market value, and then she's going to have money that she must spend down. Dan, how do they look at that money she has?
Yeah, it's her money, right? So yes, she would be expected to probably spend money. Yeah,
now,
on the care.
what is but what if she spends it down? She can literally buy things, right?
Yeah, and there's a lot of things you can do, actually. I think you and I talked about this, Tom. Like, there's things you can pre-plan funeral expenses. There's modifications you can make to the house. You mentioned she's in a wheelchair, so you can spend money on, making the house more accessible to somebody who's not quite as mobile. There's several expenses that you can spend down on, and it actually adds value to the house and to the.
But remember this, Jessica. If you buying it, you really have to buy it, meaning you have to transfer money to your mom. So even though she's spending down money, she's spending down your money. And if you're buying the house for fair market value and you're not absolutely in love with the house, why would you bother? Just sell it on the open market. It's exactly the same. The cash asset's going to be looked at exactly the same, whether it's your cash or someone else's cash.
The only real way around it is pretty much fraudulent under most cases, unless, I guess, Dan, she could take, let's say she has cash, she buys a house for $500,000, mom's got $500,000, she has a house, mom goes to Vegas and plays roulette for 3 days and loses everything. I guess that's okay, right?
Yeah, but she's losing real money.
I know that. It doesn't do what she's trying to accomplish.
Yeah, you're basically losing money, and then you're qualifying yourself for Medicaid, which I think most people would really prefer, to have some control over their care that you kind of lose if you have Medicaid, right?
My understanding, Dan, and tell me if this is correct, the average facility, these long-term, whether they're care facilities or Alzheimer's, whatever it is, I mean, they can be easily $10,000 a month.
I think that's close to the...
They are.
So they can easily be a lot more than that, frankly.
Yeah, it's crazy. You don't want to risk. This is all I'm trying to get through to you because I've looked into this stuff. The last thing you want to do is risk your mom not having that Medicaid and that facility not getting paid, and risk. I don't know what happens at that point. It's not good.
Yeah. No, I care more about her care than anything else. And we lose, and her investments go away. She doesn't want that. She wants to give that to us, her inheritance. But
that's how it generally goes.
Is the main important thing. So,
but you know what? If you do the right kind of annuity, whether it's Medicare, whether it's approved or not, if you do the right kind of annuity, you could have enough money to pay off. To have income and pay off or pay the rent or whatever the care and have money left upon death. I mean, literally, if you did the right kind of annuity, seriously, with enough money, she could pay for her care and supplement it with Social Security and then she could have a death benefit that just might possibly, since you're not paying back Medicaid, possibly be enough to get along and leave you guys something. I mean, the legit way could happen too. Now, I want to ask something. If they were to do a trust, Dan McKenzie, would the trust have to have been done prior to 5 years?
Yes. Stuff you're putting in that trust is going to qualify for look back. So
okay, so if you're going to do a trust, that has to be done 5 years prior. So that's the thing. Everyone listening, plan ahead. Thank you very much, Dan McKenzie, coplans.co, 833 plans. Now again, this is
Let me ask Dan one more question.
Quickly, go ahead.
Hey Dan, how many people, I think I asked you this before, it might have been an attorney in Florida I was talking to, but how many people actually go into long-term care with Medicaid? I mean, it's not as much as I thought it. I thought it was like 25, 30%. What's your opinion?
Yeah, I would think it'd be half of that or less, just because they've done so much to try and, try and make it a little bit of a challenge, just because they really can't cover very many at the expense level that it's at.
But people better plan ahead. That's all I have to say. And by the way, that's one of the reasons I'm telling you about rpcenter.com. Go to that website for our February 8th retirement summit. This is one of the things we're going to talk about, long-term care. rpcenter.com. More coming up.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. Download the free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. It matters who does your taxes.
A couple slowdowns over on the west end of town, starting with C470 eastbound through Jeffco. We've got a crash blocking 2 right lanes at Morrison Road. With stop and go back from Alameda Parkway, we're seeing a 20-minute delay. East of there, some good news for 6th Avenue eastbound drivers. A crash at Sheridan has been all cleared up. We're still seeing some busy traffic back from Carr Street. I-25 north and southbound, seeing highway speeds through the Denver Metro. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. I was loving the warm weather throughout the week, but things are going to start cooling down today. High of 56 with scattered showers. Tomorrow, rain and snow. The current temperature is 46 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
When you get your biggest tax refund from Jackson Hewitt, prepare to shout, "Jackson Hew, yeah!" from the rooftops. In the event you don't get your biggest refund, you'll get your money back, plus $100.
You know what? This is the time of year a lot of things happen in your house. We have sudden freezes, you can have pipe bursting, you can have water damage, you can have wind, you can have all kinds of weather problems. And then going into spring, we even have more problems. Here's the message I want to give you. If your home experiences a catastrophe, a fire, a flood, a broken pipe, freezing, asbestos, black mold, something that needs to be mitigated, taken away, and restored, think American Restoration 24/7. The people I know and trust, and you should too. American Restoration 24/7. With the EPA certifications, knowledge, know-how, experience, and insurance to get it done right. 8337 AMREST. Don't take your chances on amateurs or people who are glorified carpet cleaners. Go with American Restoration 24/7. 8337 AMREST or AMREST247.com. LazyDays.com. That'll get you to the website for Lazy Days RV. We love the people at Lazy Days, the RV Authority, and you should really be happy for new and used RVs or just selling your used one. They have such a great sales operation and maintenance too. You can go to maintenance to our friends who used to be our Century RV up at exit 240, 925. It's now Lazy Days at Longmont up there. Go to exit 240, go south on that frontage road on the east side, and you'll find Lazy Days with a beautiful maintenance facility. Check them out. Class A, Class B, Class C, fifth wheels, pop-up trailers, travel trailers, truck campers, LazyDays.com.
Heart failure for little dogs like that's pretty common.
Is it really?
Yeah, and Jazz texted me that as well. And so your mom says she's thinking a little more rational now and is calmed down. She was still crying, but but at least she's calmed down.
Poor thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy.
That's tough.
That is, my dad just emailed me this. It is the leading cause of death of Yorkshire Terriers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
although this is, literally what he sent me is in their golden years, meaning when they're old. This dog was 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the teeth and everything else can contribute to heart disease. And
all of it. This dog had no teeth.
Well, that's what I mean. So he had issues before. So.
I didn't realize there was no teeth, and neither did my parents. I always thought the dog had a stroke, and his tongue was like,
without teeth, your tongue doesn't. There's nothing to hold it in.
Yeah, there's nothing to hold it in.
Did they ever try traveling with it?
No. The problem is, I'll be honest with that dog. It wouldn't do. It would be a nightmare to have that dog in our house. I actually said you can bring it if you want, but It would be
an owl would pick it up.
and it would be a nightmare
It's
having
4
that dog.
pounds. The dog was 4 pounds.
You know, maybe
It's the size of my
chance now
fist.
for them to get a nice little dog that's healthy and will, you know.
Oh,
They went and got this dog that was.
It made the news. It was on a.
It was rescued, but my God, man, it was such an inbred, crazy facility.
And he had no teeth because of the abuse.
It was so fucked up. I'm like, you don't want to get a fucked up dog.
Aww.
There's one thing to adopt a good, healthy dog, but this thing was like put through the ringer.
I really love dogs, but sometimes they are better off just going to sleep and going to heaven. You know what I'm saying? Telling
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I know one of my friends had a German Shepherd that was missing half of its bottom jaw.
Jesus.
And it was
Okay, I'll tell you this, Tom. Listen to this. We might have told you before, but we got friends. Their dog was going through the same thing, but they were there and they got it to the vet quick enough. They dropped 20 grand. 20 grand on a heart surgery. And their dog was how old? Their dog was like 14.
Oh, jeez.
How old's the Richards
Oh,
dog?
yeah, 10 to 14
The
years
dog's
old.
like in its last stage anyhow. 20 grand on heart surgery. The damn dog's got a cardiologist.
No.
Oh, I wouldn't even. I mean, my God, no way. Unless if it was like some kind of stud that could still generate cash flow.
Cash flow.
That one horse that broke, they like, usually a horse loses a leg.
Yep.
That thing's dead, but it won like the Derby or something. And they had it all set up, man. Like those dogs with the wheel, they had the horse like that,
Yep.
and he was still able to get it on.
They were
They were getting $1 million a plug.
They were going to milk that as long as they could.
Literally milk it as long as they could. Can you imagine a stud fee? Having a horse where you get $1 million
per
pup.
insemination.
Oh,
But
my
that's the
God.
only reason half of them do the race horses is to get the stud
I only
fees.
got
Is to get to that.
To get to that point. Yeah.
I only got $100.
Oh, man, I'd be
No, she
shocked
charged you
if
$100.
Doc ever got a stud fee.
Hey, I was a sperm donor when I was in residency. They gave us $100 a pop.
Don't tell me you're like that doctor that's got 800 children out there.
No, I didn't do it in private practice. I did it when I was a resident.
What would you do if someone called
What?
because the records got released and you have another son? Would you go see him?
No. First of all, they have no record.
He's like, no.
Absolutely not. First of all, it was anonymous.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, let's see. Okay, okay, Doug. Hey, Doug. I don't know if we can help you here, but we'll try. You're looking for an attorney for what in Cheyenne?
For my dad.
What's going on with your dad?
Hello?
What kind of attorney?
He got in a car wreck and someone's suing him.
Oh, so someone's suing him. Okay, here's some good news.
Yeah.
Here's some good news. He's being sued for negligence, right?
Yes.
And someone is claiming injuries, right?
Yes.
His insurance company has a contractual obligation.
I'm guessing he doesn't have insurance.
Well, yes, he used to work for the state driving a bus, and he got in a wreck in the bus. So they already sued the state. Now they're coming after him personally.
Yeah, but they have to cover him. The state has to cover him. How long ago was this accident?
Probably 4 or 5 months.
Okay, and has he since been fired or let go, or did he quit?
He quit after that happened.
Okay, hold on, all right? I want to get John Fuller on because John Fuller will give us the lowdown on who needs to defend him, but I sincerely doubt he is all alone. Okay.
Why? I'm just curious, just to go down that road a little bit, and I have no idea what the answer is. If he worked there at the time, I kind of understand the one side where they'd have to defend him, but then the other side is, he quit, he left. So, like, how long do they have to represent him under any condition? I just don't know.
Mark, they have to represent him, in my opinion, if he was employed at the time operating. Now remember, he wasn't operating outside the scope. He wasn't doing anything like that.
But did he do something like, for example, was your dad accused of drinking while this was going on?
Or was he using the bus off duty? Doug?
He wasn't drinking or anything like that.
Was he using the bus during the scope of employment?
He was just driving on his normal route.
That's called the scope of employment. So, Mark, the answer would be
Yeah.
this. They need to cover him for as long as he's exposed before the statute of limitations. I mean, there's a statute of limitations.
Once again, my brain is ticking here. So I owned a bunch of Goodyears,
Right.
and if I had an employee that was, say, bringing a customer home, created an accident, and then, 6-8 months later, the liability on my side's done. My garage keeper steps in, and I'm done with it. And this guy quit and left and went on with life. And then they go after him and sue. You think my insurance at that point would come back and represent an employee I don't even have anymore?
Here's what I'm thinking. In my uneducated guess, I am thinking that they would have to cover him if he truly was employed at the time.
I'm dying to get Fuller on.
But that doesn't go beyond the statute of limitations.
Well,
Now,
of course not.
When we are told that Fuller is unavailable, let's get another personal injury attorney if we can't get him.
Bendinelli.
Yeah, Bendinelli, man.
Let's find someone.
He might have been down this road.
I mean, we
Now,
really
they-
need to find someone. I have to take this break. More coming right up.
The best attorneys in the freaking world in Wyoming.
I've never heard of a civil service employee being sued personally where the city didn't cover it.
But he's not an employee anymore.
It doesn't matter. It's like my malpractice.
Yeah.
If I did something the day before I retired, I'm covered.
I don't know, Doc.
I know my policy was that as long as I was covered the day of the incident, my insurance company was obligated to cover it.
Doc, I don't know. I have no idea.
There's probably some coverage there, but it's going to take a lawyer.
Why would the city's insurance or the city, whatever, why wouldn't have they wrapped that whole thing up like every other personal injury case? Why was this guy even open up? What my guess is, they're saying he did something wrong that they're not going to cover. I don't know what.
Well,
they would have had to terminate him for it then or something. I mean,
that would be the only exception.
Maybe he got fired.
Yeah.
That would be the only exception.
Kind of like when cops get charged with different things, they're
Right.
terminated.
Yeah.
The city doesn't.
If he was just driving the bus,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
And he wasn't, under the influence of anything, I agree with Tom that they're going to cover it.
I don't know, man.
Well, the reason that they didn't do it at the time because this guy didn't file a suit at the time. Now he probably didn't get enough money from the city.
I'm just saying, my garage keepers or Kevin's, if one of our employees was liable to where someone got hurt,
Yeah.
I'm not saying they were drunk, I'm saying a legitimate accident, they would, in that entire suit, they would have wrapped up every little thing.
Yeah, there's no loose ends.
They wouldn't have come
after.
back and done it again.
That's why this suit may be thrown out because it was covered with the original claim.
Yeah.
You can't cover it at one point and then 6 months later say,
Or accept the cover.
Right.
And move on. And then
I think that's what's going to happen.
God, it's so odd.
Yeah, but you're still going to have to get a lawyer involved.
Well, not if the city's going to cover it.
Yeah.
Or there's something completely different, like after the accident, it had nothing to do with the actual bus accident, but maybe the guy lied on the stand. Maybe there's another issue that came up.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's not tied to it.
That's true.
God, I'm dying to know, though. It's one of those. I would like to know. I'd like to see the actual the pleading or the court paperwork.
I know my policy was a claims made. I mean, an occurrence, excuse me.
Yeah.
You could have claims made or occurrence, and we all had occurrence coverage.
Yeah, our garage keepers was it was really good, man. I never had an issue with it. One time they didn't cover anything, but I didn't care because I knew I wasn't liable. This homeless guy ran in. We brought in it had to be a brand new van, you know it. So we brought in a brand new van from Pitney Bowes, and we did an oil change and then dropped it back down, and basically it was just sitting there waiting for one of our GSs to free up and bring it around. Homeless guy runs in, gets in the van, and drives away. I mean, a couple of my employees are screaming, hey, and we called the cops. They stole the van right out of there. And I had everything on video. So I was like, I'm sorry. They were a big customer, too, and I didn't care. It's insurance. So I turned it over, and they were like, no way, man. You know, we can't pay. That Goodyear did nothing wrong. It was in their shop. I mean, we did zero wrong. But Pitney Bowes insurance ended up. Actually, I think they ended up getting it like a day later. It was like a homeless dude, man.
At least it wasn't in Idaho Springs.
No, that shit happens. We had one of our dealers in Aurora pull up. He said, it's making a noise, it's making a noise. Come out and listen. You know, he's at the front door. You know the Aurora shop.
Yeah.
He's parked right by the front door. Guy jumps in the car. Runs,
Takes it.
Right out, 10 feet away from the car. No, it's drive time. Drive time tried to get me to file a claim with my insurance for that.
Oh.
It's like, your guy drove it here and left it running. It's not my people.
We had a brand new Comcast. It was the first oil change, 2,500 miles on it. Great account. It was one of my best accounts I had at that store. We bring it up. We drain the oil. So brand new, we don't even got the new filter for it. So we had an order a filter, and typically we'd only do it one way, but we had another waiter in there, so my service manager, being the moron that he was, decided to drop it down, and they were going to push it back. So they drop it down. They don't push it back yet. Another guy comes up thinking it's done because the service manager screwed the whole thing up. Starts it up, literally gets it back. It ran for maybe 30, 45 seconds, and then...
Oh.
So it did that. I was like, oh, shit. So we grabbed some Marvel's mystery oil, poured it in the spark plug heads, or poured it in the head, and let it sit for overnight. Next morning, it was seized big time. Next morning, started right up, no problem. But it only lasted about 24 hours. Came back in the next day, toast, man. So I turned it over to Garage Keepers, and the Ford dealer ended up doing it. $15,000 engine. Wow. I thought the Marvels fixed it. I was about to do free commercials for Marvels forever. That stuff will unstick an engine.
Oh, yeah.
But what I learned is
well, yeah, but most
the
of
engine
like
still ain't the
engines,
same.
Lawnmower and boat engines, not you know, yeah.
Comcast was a great client, man.
I didn't realize this. Meta initiated a what you call it?
Split?
No, dividend.
Oh, I don't know.
They did. It was the first ever dividend.
I didn't know that at all.
I wonder if that's part of their...
I did.
630 KHAL, an iHeart radio station.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, we're trying to find someone who can help us on this liability question. Meanwhile, Joe has a comment on Medicaid. Go ahead, Joe. What's your comment?
Yeah, Tom, my comment is regarding Jessica's call. And the one point that I'd like to make is that anybody that's facing this decision, and I've gone through it, faced all the things that you guys were talking about, go and shop nursing homes. And then you will find out that if you love your loved one, you do not want them anywhere near a facility that Medicaid would cover. So come up with the money or keep them at home. But trust me, you do not want to.
Yeah, but Joe, that's easier. That's so easier said than done. There's people that have dementia that, I mean, you can't even move. I mean, you couldn't, I don't even know how you would take care of them at home. My grandmother in her last year when she was 93, I mean, she couldn't say a word. They fed her like through tubes. There's nothing anybody could do at home, but I understand what you're saying, man.
But Joe, the other thing that you said, and you said it kind of cavalier, and that is come up with the money. I mean, there are people that just can't come up with the money. I mean,
no, I said keep them at home or come up with the money.
Come up with the money. Where do you come up with the money?
Then keep them at home or put them into one of these facilities. But face facts, they're horrid.
I want to take a little disagreement there. I'm not saying they're all good, but to lump every facility that accepts Medicaid is saying they're horrible and abusive, and I know you didn't say abusive.
What I am saying, look, let's pretend, I don't know, let's say Medicaid pays $2,500 a month. I'm saying that any facility where $2,500 a month will cover the entirety of all your fees is going to be a rough place.
It could be. It could be. I mean, you get what you pay for. Joe is saying you get what you pay for. Hold on. Let's go to Hank. Hank, what is your issue with Medicaid or a previous employer? Go ahead, Hank.
Hey, Tom. So I'm trying to figure out here. The state still has me employed with Elwood Staffing. It's been over 3 years. I'm trying to get my Medicaid due to issues.
So hold on. So the state says you're employed and you're not.
Right.
Why? Why do they say you're employed?
You tell me. I'm trying to figure it out.
All right, you hold on, and we'll come back and talk about this. I have no idea why that's happening. We'll explore it, and we'll come to the other callers as well, including an answer for liability when you worked for the state coming up.
See how much money Zuckerberg's going to get off that? $700 million a year.
For what?
For that dividend.
That's just incredible. I mean, you start thinking of money at that level, it's just like, God.
Because he only has to pay, 15, 20% on dividend income as opposed to income. So.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably got every trap in the world not to pay.
Yep. But that's what Lamona's did with Camping World for the longest time. Their dividend was really strong.
Your parents are at that car wash that you and I go to, and it's like, no, take it down the road. We're signed up for free car washes. I mean, they wouldn't know.
We got to cancel that. And why are they washing it? It's going to be snowing.
Thank you.
I have no idea, babe.
Oh. After you, my man. Okay.
Oh, we're at top of the hour. It's already noon. Holy cow. Hey, Kelly, we might just have to follow up with Doug next week if nobody's available. Did that Chris guy hang up, or did he actually get on the air? The one that had the car question? Damn.
How about Miles? What's he up to? Did he get another job, Suze?
Yeah, I think he's going with Hobby Lobby. He's actually moving back to Norfolk, the first town he was living in Nebraska. Looks like that's the plan. So we're going to be helping him move. Again. But I want to. I don't really dread it. It's easy. He hasn't accumulated anything. So all he does is work. Suze, did you drive by La Loma today? Is it open? Well, I think it's open. Mark won't go to La Loma anymore, Dak. Did you mean Los Dos? We were at Los Dos. When was that? Yesterday? In Parker. But we went to Parker because when we went to Los Dos, the new one in Castle Rock, it sucked. But Mark won't take me to La Loma anymore because he doesn't like the price of their fajitas. Yes, no, La Loma is next to Los Dos and Parker. Oh, there's a La Loma next to Los Dos? Yeah, in Parker? Wow. I love La Loma. Mark is not happy with them. I didn't know that, though. Is it new? Is the La Loma new, Dak? La Loma, Parker. La Loma. Locations. Downtown Denver and then one in Castle Rock. I don't see on their website that they have one in Parker, Dak. Oh, did it just open? I don't think it's called La Loma, Dak. New Mexican Restaurant, Parker, Colorado. The Red Llama? No. Oh, La Loma to open third location in Parker, and that was back in 2021. Oh. He moved on, Toll Slayer. But it's exciting. Huh. No, I didn't know that. La Loma, we'll have to maybe see how their prices are. Because the one in Castle Rock, Mark said we're not going to anymore.
10 seconds here, guys.
They wanted to get an
Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. This is the Troubleshooter Show. We discuss things no other shows discuss, everyday aches and pains, the things that make us tick, the things that tick us off. Today is car day. We have Kevin Calkin from Sheridan Auto Tech with us. We haven't had a lot of car calls, but we'll get to them. And here's the other thing. Crime. Did you know there's a trend now? Do you know what people are stealing? You won't even believe it.
The hearts and money of others.
They're stealing from homes. What do you think they're stealing, Mark?
You mean from a home that is being built or a home that's lived in?
Just homes, regular homes.
God, microwaves.
Well, they're not breaking in. They're stealing from the outside of homes.
Oh, sprinklers.
Yes.
I saw that, man. Now, I started thinking, well, hold on. Here's the deal with sprinklers.
Landscape lighting, shrubberies, and trees.
That's right. You know why? Because they went to one town and sold someone a landscaping job for X amount. Then they go out and just fulfill the orders.
So think about that. If you have shrubs that look good, trees, sprinkler system.
The one on Fox or 9 News that got me was a lady that was videotaping the guy stealing the sprinkler system in the front yard.
Now, here's the thing that I find shocking. Crime is becoming so commonplace. It's almost like we don't, I mean, really, were you outraged when you heard about it? I mean, I'm not. I think, well, more of the same, more of the same, more of the same.
It's the same thing. Yep. Didn't even think twice about it, man.
More of the same, more of the same. I mean, we do not prosecute. No prosecution. I mean, did you see those guys get bail that kicked and did the police in New York City?
They beat up or assaulted 2 officers. And they got, let go. And they were illegal. They were illegal. And yes, I said it illegal.
And on the way out, did you see him giving the finger?
Oh, yeah, of course I did.
God dang it. It just, I mean, it's hard. It really is hard to take nowadays, isn't it? It really is. It's hard to take. I mean.
But we're getting immune to it.
Yeah. Hank, what's going on with you, Hank? Welcome to the show. What's going on, Hank?
Hey, Tom.
What's happening? You said you're employed. You were. Yes, go ahead.
No, I was employed through Elwood, working at Vestas a little over 3 years ago.
Where were you employed?
Elwood through Vestas, or Vestas through Elwood.
What is that?
Vestas, they make
Vestas. You mean the ones that make the windmills?
Yeah, the wind turbines or windmills. Yeah, to make electricity.
Yeah.
I was down there in Brighton.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, we worked, got let go. I haven't worked for a while. I'm trying to get my Medicaid benefits, and Elwood will not give me a letter saying that I have not worked for them.
What do you mean they won't give it to you? I mean, why do you even need that?
They're telling me to call they're telling me to call Experian.
Well, wait a second. Were you a W-2 employee? Were you a W-2?
Oh, absolutely. W-2 through Elwood. Not Vestas, but Elwood.
I wonder why they won't give them.
Wait. Is this the Medicaid people asking you for that?
I'm trying to get Medicaid.
But are they the ones telling you have to get proof you're unemployed?
Exactly. Yeah, the state Medicaid is telling me, saying, "Hey, they're saying, hey, you work for Elwood, and Elwood won't give me a letter."
Well, how about a pay stub? I mean, you must have something in your life to prove that you work there.
No, he has to do just the opposite. Wait a minute. He has to prove he doesn't work there.
Oh, that you still don't work there?
Yeah, that he's unemployed, in other words. How do you prove you're unemployed, for God's sakes?
I have no idea.
I've never heard of such a thing. Are you sure, Hank, they're asking you to prove you're unemployed?
Absolutely. I will give you the emails, the numbers, anything you want, Tom.
This is Medicaid asking you to prove that you're unemployed.
State of Colorado, yeah.
The state, yeah.
And when you, I mean, I've seen just the opposite where you have to prove you're employed. How do you prove you're unemployed? I mean, it's ridiculous. How do you prove it?
Give me a letter.
Well, why won't they give you a letter saying you don't work there anymore?
Ask them. They say, oh, you got to go through corporate. Then they say you got to go through Expedient, the credit agency.
You know, how long have you been out of there?
Oh, it's been 3 years plus.
3
4
years. But why does the state? This is important. There's some fraud going on. Why does the state have you listed as employed?
Employed? Unemployed?
No.
Employment numbers?
Hold on, Hank. You're telling me that the state has you listed as working there.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Tell me, buddy.
Did you have like a workman's comp claim?
Never.
All right, that
what
just
about
makes
filing
no sense.
unemployment then? And then that's a way to prove you're unemployed.
Oh, that's done and over. That's years ago.
Actually, maybe those records within itself would work.
That's a good idea.
If someone showed up that used to work for me and said, "Would you write me a letter that I'm not employed?" I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't write it, but I could understand in a big company why people are going to be, well, we don't do that. But why the state is asking them to do it is really more of the craziness.
Some records show he's still there. Something.
Well, they have a social security number.
They
can
paid
tell
his unemployment.
They can tell if any money is taken out of his taxes that go to the state.
I think there's fraud going on up at Vestas. I think
you mean at Vestas, or maybe the state, not necessarily fraud, but incompetence.
Somebody is paying a paycheck to somebody who doesn't work there anymore, and they're collecting it. That's exactly what's going on. That's the only reason they say he's employed.
Did they ever give you a clue, like the reason we think you're employed is because we see you're getting money each month, or anything?
You know what I would do?
Simply it.
You know what I would do? I would sue them for wages. I would sue them. You think I'm kidding, don't you? I would sue them for wages. Here's my reasoning. When I went to get Medicaid, the state told me I was still employed at Vestas. Vestas will not give me any proof that I'm not working there.
But Tom, the reality is this guy's trying to get on Medicaid. He can't afford an attorney.
No, small claims court. You go to small claims court for wages, and you say that you are listed as working there, yet you're not getting paid, and you need to get paid. They will have to write you a letter or say you're not employed there. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. That's one of the things I would do. Or I would go back to where I got unemployment and show them those records as they recommended earlier.
Or they countersue them for their time and effort.
Well, I mean, did you ask the state, why do they show you as, why do they show you as employed? Did you ask, Hank?
I think Mark brought up something. I think pursuing a little sum might be the answer, but they won't tell me anything. It's all corporate. Numbers, emails, nothing.
Who won't tell you anything? I'm asking you, why does the state...
Elwood Staffing will not tell me anything. Elwood Staffing from Brighton, I hit up the corporate office. I got a number, called them, they called me. They will not write a letter stating that I do not work for Elwood Staffing.
Was Elwood a temp agency?
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And they hired a lot of people for Vestas.
I think they're committing fraud. I think they're still getting paid for you.
God, that'd be crazy.
No, I'm not kidding you. I
think you submit to Medicare or call them up. I saw an 800 number, someone that'll listen, and then just show them your unemployment stuff.
I really believe that they're committing fraud. And I think we should have somebody call and say, listen, we feel that you will not provide him with saying he's not employed because somebody there is still collecting money for this guy. I mean it. I'm not kidding. This reeks of fraud. They are reporting you as being employed. Your social security number, I'm telling you that's what's going on. We need someone who can call up to Elwood and say, listen, this guy needs to get Medicaid. He can't because the state thinks he's still employed by you people, and we think you people are collecting on him from Vestas. I mean, we think...
Tom, that's dead on. If I can get a letter saying that I have not been employed with them over 3 years and show that and show the state that I have not, that's all I need.
I understand that. What are you not understanding by me? Do you know why they don't want to write that letter? Because they've been getting paid by Vestas for you.
Probably.
That's what I think. I think Elwood Staffing is being paid for you.
Funny business.
Well, what other reason?
That's why I'm calling you, Tom.
Do you have a contact at Elwood you've been talking to?
Yeah, if you want to send me over to your lady, I can give you a couple numbers.
No, here's what I want you to do, and then call us back. I want you to tell them that you talked to me on the radio, and that I want to do an investigation because I believe Elwood is still collecting for you, and that's why they won't give you a letter. And if you don't get a letter within 48 hours, you're busting this scam wide open. Because you believe you're not the only one they're collecting on. You do that. I guarantee you it'll shake something up.
Tom, I'm sure we'll figure out something by Monday or Tuesday. Got you?
So, you start, call me back. You tell them exactly what I just told you. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert, and I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
And if you are looking for information on storm damage, because you have multiple areas of storm damage, I want you to call Genesis Total Exteriors right now. Genesis will do a bid for your damage all on one invoice, from the roofing, siding, gutters, the windows and doors, decking, and painting, all of it on one invoice. They can do it all. They can even help you upgrade from regular siding to stucco. They're stucco experts, or they can repair your stucco, whether it's home improvements or insurance damage. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. 303-679-8509. The Art of Granite will give you a price on the phone for your countertops. All you have to do is call them. The only reason a company does something like that is because they're so confident of the deals they can provide. The Art of Granite does wholesale on all countertop materials, whether it be granite, natural stone, or man-made material. And all you have to do is give them some square footage, let them see maybe a pic or two, and they'll give you a price. That's theartofgranite.com. I want you to call them for your price, 303-386-5919, 386-5919. LazyDays.com. Lazy Days. Yeah, that's what it is when you have an RV. Lazy Days. You have such a great time. You make your own vacation schedule. That's why I call RVs real vacations. You know, RVs you can buy or sell or trade at Lazy Days RV. In fact, they have a maintenance facility now that used to be Century RV. Our friends up there have now turned to Lazy Days at Longmont. You go to exit 240 and I-25, go down that frontage road on the east side about a quarter of a mile, and you'll see that beautiful new maintenance facility. LazyDays.com.
Jalapenos on one and a.
That's what Doc asked me. I told him to kiss my ass.
I told him to hide the jalapeno.
On the Troubleshooter show.
Under the cheese so he can't see him.
I want.
Mark's threatening to take my cell phone. Please don't get my hopes up.
I want.
You know, I didn't want to bring this up on air, but about 7-8 years ago, I told her we were going out to Del Frisco's. I said, "You order that fucking wedge salad. That's it for you. That's it." She was, she was lippy. She ordered the wedge salad.
Hey,
I cut her phone off and took her car for a month.
He won't eat next to that place because it used to be called Sherry's, but the same folks have a food truck right on the corner of 83 and 86. Our neighbor said it was good. As soon as he's off his diet, we're going to try it. Hey, that rhymed.
I do like Mexican food.
Yeah, there's a new
when
one
I was
in.
Younger, I didn't like it.
You remember the yoga ladies were talking about that new one in? Maybe you weren't with me in Parker. There's a new one called Los Ponchatrons or something. It's supposed to be
Parker.
really. Yeah, it's
Whereabouts?
I think it's behind the old Village Inn.
Okay.
But it's supposed to have some mean margaritas too.
It might be. No, I guess it wouldn't be the Village Inn.
No, it's a new strip mall or something back behind there.
See, the ones I go to are up in Denver because a lot of the guys that work for me are Hispanic.
Yeah.
So they
All right, sorry
direct
for
me
the
to the
wait, Heather. We're gonna
backyard
get to this
places
as
that are
possible,
just
okay?
great.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, some of the food trucks are the best, man. Yep. Unless if it's Denver Food Truck Company.
Or if it's sitting next to the old Sherry's. You won't eat there.
Do you like menudo?
What's that?
Do you like menudo?
I think there's one in Castle Rock.
No, the soup, menudo soup.
Oh,
I don't even know what that is. I thought you were talking about the damn
Menudo.
singing man.
No,
Is it
Menudo.
good? I think I've seen it on a menu.
Yeah, you usually get it on weekends at the Mexican restaurants. It's a hangover food.
Is it?
Yeah.
She gets a
It's
bowl.
tripe with hominy.
Yeah, I'm
like
looking
a
at
red
that.
chili soup.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever heard the volcano stone molajate or something? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Holy cow, I got that last
Molajate.
night.
Yeah.
It's so good. Oh
Hey,
my
did you guys
gosh.
know that Sam's closed the one on we used to go to
Yeah.
on Hamden and Parker?
Havana and Parker, yeah,
Yeah.
that one closed like 6-8 months ago
Yeah,
or
I
something.
don't know what. No, about 3 months ago.
Oh,
I
okay.
think. But I don't know. It was always busy.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
So,
Dak,
you know,
maybe
so
we'll try
we
it.
went to what's the name of it? Dozens.
Sherry's, I won't go into that building, Dak.
Well, there's a food truck right next to it. It's the same food truck
If it's
and
in the
restaurant.
parking lot of Sherry's, I ain't
Mark,
going there.
I'm just saying it's the same food truck and restaurant owners that own the one on the corner of 86 and 83 now.
I got it.
So it's all the same.
I get it.
I
but
know, but you won't go near the old Sherry's.
That damn woman's
the toothless,
one toothless,
the toothless lady.
ragged old nasty
10
baked
seconds,
bean
guys.
tooth is probably still hanging out.
Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. So a Denver man, they say, scammed at least $120,000 or more from women he met on dating apps and at local gyms, promising massive returns on investments in a fake medical treatment project. It was a lawsuit filed by Colorado securities regulators on Wednesday. Basically, this guy would meet women and scam them with investment advice. Crazy stuff. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. There is just no shortage of scams. Jay's got a comment on Hank's issue. I said the reason that this company won't say Hank is not employed is because they're showing that they're still getting paid on Hank, and somebody there they suspect is probably committing fraud, and they have to investigate it. So what's your comment, Jay?
I was just curious because Elwood Staffing
was using him as a temp for Vestas.
Right.
Can he call Vestas possibly and see when the last time they paid for him? And
it's a good idea.
Get my taxes
Yeah,
straight.
that's a good idea.
There might be a contractual relationship between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might save for taxes or something. Maybe somebody help him out. Who knows? I don't know. Just a thought.
Okay. Thank you.
It's worth a call, that's for sure.
It is worth a call. Sue, what is your comment?
I agree. It's third-party payment, and I believe somebody's scamming them. Or when COVID was happening, people were also getting stimulus money and stealing IDs, and I'm hoping that that might be the case also regarding his ID. Maybe, hopefully, that's not the case.
That someone else is working, saying they're him. You're right.
Yeah, exactly, because that was a big situation. I had a friend. He was unaware of it, that somebody was stealing his, unemployment checks. And it took forever for him to settle it out.
Oh, man, we had so many of those going on, Sue. I wonder if you added up all the fraud, how much that would come to because of COVID.
Yeah, and that was big time. The other thing, real quick, I was I forget the gentleman's name that was talking about, assisted living and stuff. I unfortunately had my parents in a very, very exclusive one back east. They were paying 5 years ago $15,000. My parents were very competent. They were put in against their will. I lived here. I was going back and forth to Boston, or suburb of Boston, and what happened was they were failing to thrive. They didn't like where they were staying, blah, blah, blah. They got taken out of my house that I grew up in. And if it wasn't, and I'm not trying to get kudos for me, but when I went to visit them, and I was doing home health care here in Colorado, my daughter does it here, and I will say the nurses, the staff there are very limited, and they do the best they can, no matter what you pay for the care. And what the gentleman was saying, I think if you're not your parents' advocate or your loved one's advocate, to go and check on them randomly and frequently, they don't get the care that you wish they would. And I would be an ombudsman, or what that means is an advocate for your parents. So no matter what you pay, they're never going to get the care that you want them to get. So yes, it's unfortunate, no matter if they have dementia or they're very capable of care on their own. Just do the best you can to check in on them and to go to their doctor's appointments, because it is a very tough, situation out there. The people working in those facilities they try to do the best they can.
Thank you. Thank you very much. 303-713-TALK. Well said. 303-713-8255. Kevin, I'm sorry for the wait, sir. What's happening with you, Kevin?
Yeah. Hi, Tom. Good morning.
Yes.
Hey, I was on your referral list looking for a plumber.
Yeah.
I have a main water line that I have to get replaced at a car wash in Parker. Who would you guys suggest?
Oh, my goodness. So it's a commercial water line.
I'll tell you who. Rocky Mountain Sewer and Drain.
Okay. They're out of Springs, right?
No, wait. Yeah, they are out of the Springs. I'm hoping I said it right. Oh, I know what's weird about it. It's literally Rocky MTN. I mean, you can search, just put in sewer line or plumbing on the referral list, they'll come up. But it's Rocky Mountain Sewer and Drain. Jose and his son, they're like a two-man team. They do a ton of commercial work. They will go all the way up to Denver if the job's right, and they're going to save you a ton of money, brother.
Okay, because it's a main line. It's about 50 feet, and I've talked to a couple of plumbers, and some of the plumbers say it might be the whole line, and then other ones says it might be a kink in the line that's finally worn through.
Well, how do you know it needs to be done, Kevin? First of all, what are your symptoms? How do you know you have a problem?
Because I got a little fountain coming out of the pavement.
Oh,
that'll do it.
That'll do it. That'll do it. Not
Do
not what you want to see, that's for sure.
No. Did anyone do any exploring on what it is at all?
Oh, no. The only thing I've done is shut off the main, and it stopped. So I know it's on my side of the valve.
They can come out and scope it and see if they can find it. Any of our people can do that, but a lot of them don't do commercial. But I'm telling you, these two, they're really good guys.
Do they actually scope fresh water lines?
I have no idea. Actually, now that you say that, I don't know.
But in any case, I think that that's the way to go. These guys, we've had good reviews on these guys.
Why wouldn't now you're just making me curious. Why wouldn't someone scope a freshwater line?
Well, because it's under pressure for one thing. They would have to they would have to turn it off, disconnect it. I don't know. They could go through the water. That's easy enough. But also, water lines are much smaller than sewer lines. I mean, I imagine there's equipment. We should ask someone. I mean, it's a good thought.
These guys do it all, though, man.
Okay.
Well, what I was thinking about
I don't want other people to think they do normal plumbing. When it comes to sewer lines or fresh water lines or anything for even new construction, anything that's underground that needs a conduit, they can do, but they specialize in the water stuff.
Exactly. Well, no matter what happens, it has to be dug down to and find the leak.
Yeah, they can. I'm telling you, call them up. Jose will probably be out there within, I don't know, a couple days, maybe over the weekend, and will tell you kind of worst scenario, hopefully what it actually is. I mean, he's just going to be straight up, man. And they'll probably have the equipment right there. If you want to actually do that initial dig and try to figure out what it is, they'd probably knock that out when they show up, man.
Okay.
All right. I'll give them a call.
Thank you, Kevin, for waiting. 303-713-8255.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz Podcast.
Over on the west end of town, Hampton eastbound at River Point Parkway, a crash. However, delays are minimal and otherwise starting to calm down throughout the Denver metro after a couple busy spots on the roads and freeways. I-25 north and southbound showing highway speeds through town, with the exception up north. I-25 northbound some stop and go approaching I-76. No word of an accident. Of course, we'll keep you updated. I-70 eastbound, it's easy driving to DIA. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. A pause on the warm weather from this previous week. High of 56 degrees. Scattered showers coming in throughout the metro area. Overnight low of 33. The current temperature in Denver is 48 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
I'm Ben Ferguson. And I'm Ted Cruz. Hunter Biden made millions selling his, quote, art to Democrat donors.
And the White House lied about it.
Plus, China had a genetic map of COVID before the pandemic.
Download Verdict with Ted Cruz now to get all the details.
So if you want an investment that in writing is guaranteed never to lose any principal, but also never to lose anything it has gained, you want to talk to Joe Chiano at becomethebanker.org. Now, he has a fiduciary responsibility to investors to steer them in the right direction, and he has the right direction for you if you want to get out of the stock market. Becomethebanker.org. Now listen, here's the deal. Since it's guaranteed never to go down, guaranteed not to lose principal, you have a constant upward trajectory with a guaranteed return. You also have guaranteed income for life. Now listen, it is not too good to be true. It is a real deal. 303-779-6600. 779-6600. Hey, Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. Do you know when he lists a home, he doesn't just put up a sign. He doesn't just list it in multi-list. He does outbound marketing to the tune of hundreds of thousands of outbound efforts to show your property everywhere. And he gets action. Multiple bids. He sells for more money and faster than anyone on the market. If you're looking to list, talk to Frank. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
And today, he watched some guys blow up, man. the story was crazy when I was talking to him. He was working out for
This is me.
a big company doing water and stuff, and there was something super high pressure. He's hard to understand, but it was something high pressure, and it got loose, and it basically cut the dude in half, man. And he was right there, right there.
Watched it happen?
Mhm.
It killed him, I assume.
Oh,
my
man.
God,
He
that's
was cut in
terrible.
half.
Oh my God, that's creepy.
And the guy who they were both working for, the company had no insurance.
Wow.
Guy can't get over these snow totals, man. Mike and
Mike and-
Steph are looking at over a foot, if this is accurate.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he's accurate.
So to give you an idea, Kevin, on this Black Forest down by the springs is 4 to 8. Where we're at is 5 to 10.
Okay. What about
This
Denver
is
proper?
And this is from Mountain Wave Weather.
Yeah.
It's an
It's gonna melt
independent
for the most
news
part.
or weather guy.
Oh, it's going to melt pretty quick.
Yeah.
But it's coming. It's going to melt Sunday. I mean, quick, I bet. Actually, let me see. Franktown weather.
Well, it's good. It's been way too dry. I mean, the nice weather's nice.
Dude, our entire property.
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah.
Did you know we got a water softener from Paul the Waterman?
Yeah.
Holy
I think,
cow, I love it.
Oh, my God. It's unbelievable, right?
I love
Yeah.
it so
I was going to go up
much.
to the mountains on Saturday, but I think I'll go up on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I don't think the mountains are yet.
Well, according to what I have, Blackhawk's going to have snow,
Oh, yeah. Idaho Springs is 6
Yeah.
to 12.
and they're predicting snow from midnight on Saturday. No, midnight tonight. For a good 5 or 6 hours. Sunday is going to be sunny.
Oh, I never heard back from John. He never answered my question.
You told Kelly he was unavailable. Ben and Ellie was. I told her to line it up for next week.
He's probably flying. It's Friday.
And you can't get a doctor on Wednesday. You can't get an attorney on Friday.
What do doctors do on Wednesday?
Play golf.
What?
Play golf.
Yeah, well, we used to have a poker game Tuesday night. So we'd, play all night and then just go right to the golf course and then take a nap on we got home.
Hey, Tommy, do me a favor and look at my text coming.
What did one guy mean by Metastock today? What did Metastock do?
Went up 20% today.
You know why?
I know,
right?
it's insane, man.
You know why,
I told
right?
you I was thinking of it, too. Now, I wouldn't have bought a lot. Don't get me
I'll
wrong.
tell you why.
But I was thinking of making, a 10, 20 grand stab to see if it was going to go up 4 or 5%.
Hey, put your headphones on.
guys.
Oh,
Yeah, why
never
do you
mind.
think?
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Ron has a question on electrician or gas line. Go ahead, Ron. Are you there, Ron?
Yes, thank you, Tom.
Yeah, man, what's going on?
Oh, I want to add a 220, 240 to my garage.
Yeah?
For some welding. So I'm looking for an electrician, and then I'm also interested in bringing gas into my kitchen and my family room.
Okay,
Got
so...
any suggestions?
Well, we have a lot of people that can do that. I mean, it's let me ask you, what kind of service do you have? You're talking about mainly like coming off from where? That's what I need to know. Where's your main power coming into the property?
It's coming in from the north side of the house.
Do you have property like land, or is it just a house on a lot, or what?
Oh, it's a house on a lot.
Okay.
HOA.
So
the power's already there.
Right.
And I would have to run it. It would probably run about 50 feet to get to the garage.
And would that have to be underground?
No, I could take it through the basement, which is unfinished.
Well, what I mean is to get. Okay. So where your meter is, it could go through the basement to where you want it.
Correct.
Yeah, they still have to hang it right or secure it. But okay, you don't have to do excavating. What about then, as far as the gas? Where's the gas come in?
Gas is still on the north side of the house, but it is probably 20 feet from the north wall.
This is relatively easy. Now I have to figure this out. Mark, do our normal service plumbers and electricians, they'll do the electrical. So you can go to any one of our great electricians to do that.
Yeah, get a few bids. I just had mine done. Now, I wouldn't use them anymore because the guy sold, but I had it run. I've got 3 panels in my basement. They added a 50 amp or a 60 amp breaker, and they ran up from my charger from my car to my garage. The majority of it is outside in conduit, and it's all done legally, and it was actually less than $1,000, man. So I would get some different ones. On the gas, I've got a text into Euro Plumbing right now to see that if they do it. But I would think Plumline and Fix It did it as well. But I don't know. I figured maybe you knew, Tom.
No, you know what? When it comes to gas, I'm really not sure on the gas part. They'll do the electric for sure. You can call Fix It 24/7, 720-526-3939, or you can call Plumline Services for sure. PlumlineServices.com, 303-586-1086. But I need to really. I wish I would have known that by heart. But gas has always been a mystery to me when it comes. I'm looking on their website right now, and they have plumbing here. Yes, they do gas lines at Plumline. Yep.
Okay.
And I'm looking at fixmyhome.com right now. But yeah, Plumline specifically mentions gas lines. Let's see. Gas. I'm looking here. I don't see it.
Do you think they all give free estimates on that?
I don't see it on Fix It site. Yeah, if you tell them the scope of work, they're going to give you an idea for sure.
Well, and the other thing I'm thinking is I should upgrade the house to have a gas furnace in my
Wait a minute.
family room.
What does it have now?
Just a flue that goes up through the roof.
Wait. But how does it distribute the heat?
I have a furnace for heat. It's just a wood fireplace. The house was built in 1972.
Wait, so you have a furnace, but a gas-fired furnace already, right?
Correct.
And you have ductwork, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what did you mean? What did you mean when you said you needed a gas furnace?
To burn gas in my fireplace as opposed to wood.
You have wood fireplaces and you'd like to convert them to gas.
Yeah.
Can you easily get to those from the basement?
Actually, yeah, very easily. Very easily.
Yeah. Now, you're not going to like this, but they can run the gas lines, but there's a whole different company you want for the actual fireplaces.
Yeah. Got any suggestions?
Yeah, I have some good ones. Now, I don't know who we have on the referral list, Mark, but I know that I found some gas people that did a great job for me when I could not find someone on the referral
He's
list. Now-
talking to Euro Plumbing right now, Tom.
Yeah, but I'm talking about gas fireplaces. I don't think we have anyone that does gas
Oh,
fireplaces.
Mark might have a referral for that as well. We just
know
had
I
someone
do.
out to our house.
I have a personal one that I've used. Let's see. Now, the one that I've used is...
Yeah. So hold on. Dimitar does do gas lines, so I get an estimate from him too. He'll come out and give you a free estimate. He's the guy that does water heaters for like $13.99 and $14.99.
No, they're wonderful.
Fully blown.
But Mark,
Yes.
he doesn't do gas, and he can do the gas lines and bring it up to where they need it. But as far as
Yes.
gas fireplaces, I don't think he does those.
No, he doesn't. We have a company we have out every couple years to do the cleaning.
Do they come from the referral list?
No, we don't have any on the referral
Well, I'm going to
list.
tell you that locally here in town, they do a great job. Is Sage Solutions. I've actually had them.
What area are you in?
I'm in Tech Center.
Yeah, they'll come to the tech center for sure. Sage Solutions.
I don't think the one I used, I was going to give you it. They charge, they're so straightforward. They come out, they clean, they check it, they inspect it, and everything is $189, and that's for both of our fireplaces, if I recall.
Do they install?
New ones, I don't. Actually, the problem is they're out of Parker. I think they do Douglas County and Douglas County only. So none of this matters. They're not coming out to you.
Now, like I said, I've had them come out to my house, and they've done a great job. So I can't guarantee them, but Sage Solutions was the name. And
Hold on, I'm going to give them one. Hold on.
Thank you.
Fireplace. Oh, dang it, man. They're one of our biggest clients on our credit card company. Oh, my God, I can't think of it. Fireplace. Oh.
Tell them to think about it after the break.
Yeah,
Promise.
think about it after.
I'll give the name.
Think
Okay,
about
thank
it
you.
after the break. We got more coming up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Starting to see that Friday afternoon busy traffic crop up throughout the Denver metro. It's slow driving into downtown. I-25 northbound showing speeds in the 30s and 40s between Broadway and Colfax. Southbound I-25 slow itself between I-70 and Colfax. 6th Avenue eastbound, some congestion on the off-ramps at I-25 southbound with slow driving back from Federal Boulevard. Through Commerce City, I-270 westbound, your usual slowdowns between I-70 and Vasquez. Fox 31, pinpoint weather cooling down after a warm week. High of 56 this afternoon. Chance for scattered showers into tonight. Overnight low of 33. The current temperature in Denver is 50 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
If you believe that politics is downstream of culture, then Red Pilled America is for you. Red Pilled America is the groundbreaking storytelling show that's shifting culture. Listen to Red Pilled America on any podcast platform. That's Red Pilled America. Join the revolution.
Hey, today is car day, and I love talking about dependable, good people to take your car. One of them, welcome to the family, RKC Automotive. RKC Automotive, where they do a complete inspection of your car every time you come in for a repair. Now, that doesn't mean you pay for that. That's a courtesy check. They want to make sure you don't leave with any problems, or they catch problems before they come major problems. And that's RKC Automotive. They do everything from heavy maintenance and repairs to light maintenance and repairs. And they can also, of course, do complete engine jobs, transmissions, and electrical. 2120 West Evans. That's just west of Tejon, on the south side, 720-749-3965. They're called RKC Automotive. You can find them on Facebook. Go check them out, RKC Automotive. Keel and Park are estate planning attorneys. They're going to be at our seminar February 8th. Please mark your calendar for that. We've heard so many problems today alone on retirement, planning for long-term care, nursing homes, problems with parents, aunts, uncles, or planning for yourself. You want to be part of this. You'll get so much great information. And Keel and Park will be there to talk about trusts, wills, avoiding probate, going through probate, trying to avoid bills of the estate or facing those bills and how to face them, how to minimize the impact on heirs, how to pass on businesses. All of this you can find out if you go to the seminar February 8th at the Delta Event Center. Now, I'm going to give you Keelan Park's direct information, lawkp.com. Lawkp.com. 970-818-8198. If you want to find out about the seminar coming up February 8th, go to rpcenter.com.
Who does?
Kevin
They're our
is
biggest
with
account that way, but it's not
Auto
close to
Tech.
Okay, I'll tell you. I don't mind sharing a little stuff. So on your account, I'll tell you exactly what I get. I'll tell you exactly. It's going to be
hard for me to tell what your cut is on it. Yeah,
it's going to be mind-boggling to you. Where is it?
Did they send you a report?
This one's from
See, I never see the report. I just see the deposit.
$102.
Not much.
No, that's what I'm saying. The whole deal is you got to have a shitload.
Yep.
I mean, you got to have 1,000 accounts. But it's good because instead of imagine if you only had like 4 huge accounts, you lose one of them.
Yeah,
your whole book of business looks like shit.
Yep.
But if you got 1,000 accounts, the chances of losing.
Yeah, you change them out. Every month you lose 2, pick up 3, and vice versa.
The only time it hurts some people that specialized in hotels and restaurants, COVID killed them.
The other thing, credit cards are still playing around with. So many places are hitting 3% surcharges now. That drives me crazy.
I got to call all these people. Holy shit. Here's another one. Fire Pit Outfitter. What is that? Fire Pit Outfitter. Our second biggest is Shotgun Willie's.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh. Like, wow.
Can you imagine if the girls had like little swipers? You swipe their ass, you put your credit card and go swipe it. Wow, these guys do, these guys only do outdoor fire pits. I'm going to look at, I always look at the dollar amount. I never look at the names.
I was going to go to Shotgun Willie's and to Diamond Club when I first came here and give him my card for the girls.
Yeah.
My wife nixed it. She said she didn't want me to do that.
Wow, we got a pretty big liquor store on here I've never heard of. Twilight.
Hey, Mark.
You ever heard of them? Yeah, dude.
Did you ever call Mallory and get him to get his store on your...
Suzanne did them, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we did them already. Okay.
Well, I think I don't know if she's actually... Did you give Thomas checks for the 3 companies, babe?
Yeah, they've been cashed.
Oh,
you
no,
already
I
cashed
understand. I just didn't know that one of them was the merchants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
it's
cool.
not.
Cool.
You
Yeah,
had
it's
3.
cool.
I assume that one was cashed. I haven't been on that bank
No,
account
I
in a
imagine
minute.
it has been. I just gave it to Steph.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you gave her all 3 checks, right?
Okay.
Let me
This
just
is
look
a
while I'm here.
good-looking little liquor store. It's not a big one. It's like they do for the size of this liquor store. I am shocked how much money they
Yes,
do.
you did, Tommy.
Okay.
From now on, just have them endorse the back, then we can deposit them anywhere.
Well,
Remember when Tom, so here we are sitting in here, and all I hear is, Tom, there's like $2,400 worth of charges on your Amazon account that make no sense. That's way higher than you usually do. So, she's asking him, and he's looking. He's like, those aren't my charges, blah, blah, blah.
I thought I was hacked.
Yeah, he was ready to be hacked and shit. And I don't even remember how Suzanne figured it out, or maybe I figured it out.
oh, they were all you.
It was me.
You accidentally were charging his card. It was more than $2,400.
So I ordered, wasn't it a mattress I got for you? What was it? It was something oddball.
A mattress for Christmas?
No. I got you, I don't remember why, but I ordered you something on my account. I can't remember why, and you gave me the credit card number, so when I used it, it said his is default. So everything
Well, I think you were ordering something for the show with his account. And
No, it was something for him. I don't remember what it was, though.
Oh.
It was definitely something for Tom.
I see what you're saying. It was a mattress for him.
Yeah, didn't I order a mattress for you at one point?
For me?
Yeah, a mattress. I mean,
You ordered something for him and
I swear
used
to
his
God, I don't
card,
know why I
and
thought
then
it
you
was a
set it as
mattress.
default.
They all set up there if you use them.
I know.
You got to go in and delete
So
them.
like a month goes by, and I'm using his car.
Nikki Haley. She'll give Donald Trump a great run for the money.
And what about the pick for VP?
How hard could it be? Harris is currently doing it.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, let's talk. Let's find out what's on your mind.
Hey, real quick, I found these guys are great. They have been with Merchants First, our credit card processing company, Tom, forever. They're great. I got to get them on the referral list, but it's Colorado Hearth and Home. This is for that last guy. So the website is Colorado Hearth. And I am telling you, all they do is fireplaces. They got electric, they got gas, they got it all. They're great people.
Now, Greg, you have a comment on TurboTax. Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, by coincidence, first call you had today when you were talking about the guy who lost all his TurboTax information.
He said on an upgrade, on an update, and I think that's impossible, but go ahead.
That's exactly what happened to me.
Okay, tell me did you have the desktop version?
At that time, I had the desktop version, yes.
And you took an update of the program.
Right. As soon as I logged in the next year to do my following year taxes, pop-up said upgrade. When I upgraded, everything went away. And I called TurboTax, and they went through the steps. They could not find a record of my return.
Greg, would you hold on so I can clarify? It sounds like you had the online version. Hang on, though. I want to clarify what happened.
This is Dan Kaplis. Many big problems in Colorado can...
Case, I think you're right. That's exactly what it was. Mark ordered scooters on Tom's account. Mark, oh, he's on the phone. Mark's parents, when they moved to Florida like 10 years ago, they gave us a bunch of old family photos. I've never been through them. Sure. They've just been sitting, but now that they're here, they're getting older.
So Mark?
He's not there, Tommy.
Okay.
He's on the phone. Now that they're getting older, trying to identify some of these pictures.
Sure.
Also running into a bazillion pictures of Mark as a little kid that we've
wow.
really never seen or Mark knew existed. It's kind of weird going back down memory
Yeah, it
lane
is.
like that.
It's cool.
It is cool, yeah. But then, when they develop like his dad would go on a fishing trip and take 5,000 photos of fish. Like, we're just trying to figure out what the kids would care about
Sure,
as they
sure.
look
Oh,
through
yeah.
this stuff as adults. Like, the 5,000 photos of fish and 5,000 photos of the mountains,
Yeah, you just.
So we ended up tossing a lot of stuff too, which is weird,
Mm-hmm.
Kevin,
Well, no, but you do that on your phone too. I mean, you
Yeah.
go through pictures all the
You
time.
do, and you're like, why did I take
Why did
that?
this one wasn't as good as that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Then his dad went to NASCAR events, just taking random photos of cars, and we're
Yep.
just like,
As a buddy of mine cannot stop taking pictures of anywhere and everything he does. I mean, he'll sit down at Subway and send a picture
Yeah.
of the sand. It's like, dude, stop.
hey, Mark, Case reminded me what finally tipped Tom all of us off that it was you ordering. Because Tom was like talking to Amazon and they're like, 2 scooters? Did you order 2 scooters?
And I was like, it wasn't just the scooters, it was everything they were naming.
Yeah, that was just
and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. He ordered 2 scooters too.
Hey,
that was, you know what, Tom? That was some of the funniest shit.
I know.
And my own wife, I would have had free scooters.
Yeah, she ratted you.
My own wife rats me up.
So,
what I'm trying, you know what?
Tommy's trying to talk to you.
Go ahead, man.
Oh, no. I just wanted to ask Suze, without making any specific details, did you get the latest explanation for my charges?
Yes, I'll go in and get those booked properly for you.
There was one
Did you
that
see
was
the
so
third
funny.
one?
Yes, I saw that. I wasn't going to read that out loud, but I was going to read it to Mark in the car. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's
Is
for
it
real,
something Miles
too.
might have done?
You want me to wait till I'm in the car?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I won't say it now.
Oh, shit.
I was surprised you were so honest with me.
So
I just took a flyer on it.
That's funny.
I'm going to see. I swear to God, it was a mattress, Tom. I swear. Maybe it was from. Maybe I'm mixing it up, and I got you a mattress from Sam's Club because you didn't have a Sam's Club membership.
But why would we never bought a new mattress.
Maybe when you moved into the Cherry Creek house, you didn't get a mattress.
The Cherry Creek house, I had. No, the bed I've had forever. And then the kids' beds I ordered online because I remember they came compressed. It was weird.
Yeah, in the box. I've had those.
Yeah.
Actually, they're kind of cool.
Those kids are so overgrown, this bullshit I put in. I got to get all new bedroom shit, but they're going to college. I mean, I don't even know if I want to invest in it.
Does anybody know on YouTube, on Amazon, if I find Tom's address in my list of things shipped to, can I search what was shipped there? Does that make sense?
Well, shouldn't they be on my orders, Mark, since they were on my account?
That's what I'm saying.
We used your credit
It was
card.
a very
I thought it was for
strange
something
deal.
for the show. That's what I thought it was.
I can't even find where my shipping stuff is here.
Oh, man.
We've talked about this a few times, and I really want to figure out why the hell I had your credit card number in there.
Site cash. That's cash. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. this as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We are here talking about problems, questions, complaints. By the way, Kevin Calkins, Sheridan Auto Tech is here. As I said, it's been as slow as far as a car day goes, but we've had a lot of calls. And Greg called with an interesting comment. I want to revisit this. So one guy called, and if you know anything about computers and software and all this, you'll see why I was perplexed. A guy calls and says, Tom, I have the desktop version of TurboTax. And the best way to explain that is this. It's simply a program. It's on your computer locally. You don't log on. You simply open it. And you do your taxes, and it creates a PDF file. This guy claims he had no online access, simply his desktop. Now, maybe the desktop communicates with the server to make sure it's validated. I don't know, like Word does. But in any case, he opens it up and it says you need an update or an update is available. You know how that happens when you open a program. So he accepted the update. So it updates it and reopens it. We've all done updates. He said after that update, his individual PDF files that were created for past tax returns were all deleted. In fact, he said, not only were they deleted on his hard drive, but some of them were kept on a remote hard drive, which is plugged into his computer, or an external remote drive, and it went into that external remote drive and deleted them. And I thought, there's nothing that I know of ever. In fact, let's take, for example, Final Cut Pro. I have Final Cut Pro, and it makes movies, right? I make movies. Once they're rendered, they become a separate movie file. That would be akin to me upgrading Final Cut Pro and finding out it's done away with all of my associated files. So I don't know how it could happen. But Greg called and said, Tom, because I said to this guy, I can find no one this has happened to. Greg calls and said it happened to me. Now, Greg, did you have the desktop version only?
Right. I went down to Best Buy and I bought a CD.
Got it.
And I downloaded it onto my computer. I created my income tax form, printed it off, the PDF, like you said. I mailed it in that time. I didn't do an electronic file to the IRS or anything. It was all what I sent in from TurboTax. And I got the upgrade thing. So like you said, I think it's like Microsoft. When you log in, they got a newer version. It recognizes you've got it on your computer. And so that was what happened. And this was like the first time I ever used TurboTax.
Now, wait a minute. So when you updated it, you then lost your PDFs.
Yes, it lost all of the files that I had. And just like the guy that called this morning, I had an external hard drive where I saved a backup. And the files were nowhere. And I called TurboTax.
I mean, I am just blown away. I don't know how it happens.
So was TurboTax. I mean, they were...
it probably happens all the time, but when you call up their tech support, they say, you're the only one.
Technically, can you think how is
yes,
that possible?
I'll tell you, okay, technically, it could be like this. The files one year were called whatever the hell, and then when they did the upgrade and they rename what the files are, when you go to try to open them up in the new version and you look, they're not there because they have a different ending, a something
Mark,
else.
They're PDFs. They're all PDFs. They've always...
You're asking me what I think could happen. I mean, I'm trying to think
I guess
here.
if they were not PDFs, so Greg, were they PDF files or not?
Well, sometimes the PDF is not a PDF. It's like an ASPX
Well, then that makes okay. Well, then every time I've saved anything from Turbo, it was a PDF. Well, maybe I'm saying it's a PDF and it's not. Maybe I'm just misleading you guys. So you're telling me the data files. If the data files were truly saved by TurboTax as a TurboTax file, then I can see where an upgrade could screw them.
And that's apparently what happened. And I'll have to say, when I called TurboTax, I spent about an hour, and they did a lot of research on it. And then they said you can get your, the original file from the IRS, and they paid for it for me to do that because they said it was their mistake of some kind. And I didn't have any really complicated income tax, so it wasn't such
okay,
a big
here's
deal.
what it says. Here's what it says.
Year.
I just went to my old standby Chat GPT. TurboTax uses a proprietary file format to store tax data files. Okay, there you go. So I am no longer mystified. I mean, this guy said PDF, PDF, PDF. Everyone was saying PDF. So it's not PDF. And okay, so if it is a proprietary file, I'm going to tell you this right now. When I do, now let me get back to Final Cut Pro. When I do Final Cut Pro and I make a movie, I export it as a separate standalone file.
And that could be exported if I don't know Final Cut, but I know other stuff. You could do it in different extensions, right? Or is it only one?
That's right. Now, if I save the project within Final Cut Pro, it's proprietary to Final Cut Pro. Just like my audio programs are from Amadeus and all of those. So, Adobe. Okay, so here, Premiere. So here's what happens. If I save it in the Final Cut Pro format and I update Final Cut Pro, sometimes when I go to open that data file, it says it must convert it to the new format. So, but I never saw it erase one still. But still, I can at least see where there's a connection. Because what I found shocking was how it would go out and search out PDF files and simply arbitrarily delete them because it doesn't know it's even a TurboTax file. Now, at least I've shed some light on it. When Mark said maybe it's a different extension, and I looked at chat, it says, yes, TurboTax does not save its files as PDFs. You can export a PDF, but it normally has a proprietary file format. Now the mystery is solved to me. I mean, somehow it erased its own data files. Now, sometimes the way that happens is with updates, you have two ways to update. One is to update. The other is to replace. Sometimes you can actually delete and replace. Some updates do that. Others just go in and update. And so maybe there was something there that destroyed the data files. Again, I'm just guessing. I have no freaking idea. I'm just guessing. So Mike has a comment as well. Go ahead, Mike. What is your comment?
Digital photographer, and digital file management dictates that you have 3 copies of every file that you own. Maybe one on your laptop, one on an external hard drive in your house, and one on an external hard drive at some other physical location.
Or the cloud.
And I would urge everyone to put a reminder on their phone once a week to do their backup on the external hard drive and then disconnect it for the rest of the week so that a situation like this probably can't happen.
You know what? That's really wise. Really. Now what I do is I have one locally on my computer. I have one in the cloud and one on a remote hard drive, which is digital, by the way. So I don't have the mechanical breakdown. The digital, the solid state drive. I totally agree with you, Mike. Totally. Thank you.
And just leave it disconnected the rest of the time Also, a good program for backing up your files is called GoodSync, GoodSync, and it's smart enough to analyze the location of the files on your laptop and your external hard drive and figure out where there's a difference, and you can set it to make both sides equal. So it will know which files are new, which files have been modified, and copy the files from your laptop to your external hard drive that need to be copied.
Very good, very good. And listen, I don't use a sync program because I simply do fresh installs when I do backups now. And there's a reason I do that. It's a long story, but I see the wisdom in some of these sync files. Now, I am a big believer in a cloud service. I use, of course, Google Drive. I have Google Drive, and I have Dropbox. I think I have OneDrive just because it comes with Microsoft. But then recently, I got another cloud service that you can encrypt. And I don't know why I got it, but I just wanted to have it. So in case I have to encrypt stuff and leave it up there, I can. But do you like cloud services?
No, because I have no control over who accesses the cloud or what they're using it for.
Well,
none of my files are on the cloud.
Okay, but you do have login credentials, right? Or you're afraid that a hack could get to them?
I'm afraid that a hack could get to them and steal them or use them however they see fit.
I guess you're right.
With tax forms.
You know what's wonderful? And by the way, I agree with you, and that's why you air gap everything on the remote drive. I get it. Now, here's the thing, and I think, I hate even to say it because I don't want to jinx it, but Google has never been hacked. Now, accounts have been hacked, but no one has ever gotten into the barge or on their servers or anything and wreaked havoc. I don't know how they've done it, but Google has never been hacked in that way, where they've had massive data breaches on their drives.
In 2009, a group of hackers working for the Chinese government penetrated the servers of Google and other prominent American companies such as Yahoo and Dow Chemicals.
But they didn't get data, Mark. They got user information.
Yeah, I don't know what they got.
But I don't you think Google, I mean, maybe they're not. I mean, I don't even know how Google does it.
Well, some of the problems is you think of the U.S. government, most of the hacks we had were insiders. They were people that worked for the company and had access to it, and they copied it and got it out. So, I mean, I would think a Google...
Break when you can, Tom.
Upset with the hierarchy at Google could steal whatever they wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. There's nothing to... You can't, I guess... You can't do away with dishonesty completely.
There's a lot of the hacks that we deal with on this show all the time. They're phishing schemes. They con someone into giving them the password. It's not like they guessed it.
I know it. More coming up.
Hey, it's Rick Lewis. Listen, don't deal with the insurance companies on your own. The insurance companies are not on your side. Lerner and Rowe is on your side. As reported by the Insurance Research Council, people represented by an attorney get more than 3 times the settlements than people who work with the insurance companies on their own. Lerner and Rowe have thousands of 5-star reviews. Don't settle for less. Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Call Lerner and Rowe. Those guys are great. Call 303-333-8888.
So, if you're looking for countertops, I want you to get your price right now. And all you have to do is call The Art of Granite. The name is The Art of Granite, but they do all countertop materials, including man-made materials, all natural stone. So, take some measurements, maybe a pick or two, or call him first and see what he wants. He'll give you a price. I mean, and that's Mitch Floria, the owner. I've known him for years and years. TheArtofGranite.com, 303-386-5919. I love Zero Res, and right now Zero Res has great deals for you. Zero Res is the carpet company that uses nothing to clean carpets. I like joking like that. They use this ZR water, they call it. I call it just fantastic, purified, high alkaline water that just is the best cleaning agent in all of nature. And they have a patented scrubbing technique. They get your carpets so clean. And here's what I love about it. There's no dirt attracting residue with Zero Res. And right now you get 3 rooms for $109 plus you get a free hallway, and you get 20% off all the other services. And they do other services like tile and grout, granite, mattress cleaning, upholstery cleaning, area rugs, of course, duct cleaning. Why don't you give them a call? 303-471-5150, 303-471-5150. Your carpets get clean faster, stay clean longer, dry faster. ZeroResDenver.com.
In a weird car.
Where is it?
It's kind of by
That's Thursday they were offering.
I understand that. I'm just saying it gives you an idea of pricing is all I was saying. We could call them on the way.
It's a big smoker. They got ribs. Oh, I'm looking at. They got everything.
Says, good Tuesday, everyone. Another crazy weekend of selling out, and we're running out of places to put more equipment to store or cook more food. Wow, what a great town and family we are building here.
They can store their food right in my belly.
That's the problem with good barbecue, though. A lot of
It's
times
gone.
you go at 1 o'clock and it's over.
We could call them on the way that
And if
home.
this is the owner, he looks like a barbecue
Yeah, he
owner.
does. I think that is the owner.
Say, look, come over here, Kevin. You got to see this guy.
Yeah.
Big Willie.
He's like,
It's Big Willie, boy.
he's Elizabeth's meat church guy.
Yeah, you're looking at him, man. Look at this guy. If that guy's face don't say
See?
barbecue, I don't know who does. Jeff.
On January, Mark.
His hat says it. His bandana says it. His
Mark,
beard.
On January 21st, that's a Saturday, at 6:45, he put, it's already happening again. Sorry, we're sold out.
That's good.
Thank you, everyone, for an outstanding week.
Well, maybe we just go as soon as we
What
get
is he
back.
talking
We
about?
could call them on the way
What
and
is
say,
he talking
hey.
about?
Sticky's Barbecue.
Which
no,
one
it's
is it?
called Sammy D's
D's.
Fine Smoked Meats.
And where is it?
That's
It's
one.
in Elizabeth. It's a new place that
Where's Elizabeth?
It's
They're
it's
good,
724 East Kiowa.
And they're good.
Oh,
huh?
it's Kiowa?
No, it's Elizabeth.
Kiowa Street. Yeah.
Kiowa Street.
What's the address?
It's just off the main street.
Yeah, it's right there. I think it's by that diner we ate with
The weird looking one.
no.
Oh,
with-
God.
I
The
think
food
it's right
poison
by
one.
there. Yeah.
Ugh.
724
Only time I think
East
I got food
Kiowa
poisoning was
Avenue.
at that diner.
724 East
Fried
Kiowa
chicken.
Avenue.
Do you know the only carpet cleaner I'll have in my home?
Okay, it's across from the Elizabeth Locker plant on
Only
the other side of the
Zero
street.
Res.
Do you
I'm
know
consumer
Elizabeth Locker
advocate.
plant? I like
No
that.
soaps, no chemicals,
Yes.
safe for kids and pets. And you,
Oh,
purified
okay. I
water,
just
the
buy the
best
stuff they've
cleaning
already
agent
got.
in
I don't-
nature. 3 rooms starting at $109 plus a free hallway and 20% off all other services. Carpets dry faster, stay
It's
clean
next
longer. You
to
can
the
see
car
and
wash,
feel
Mark.
the difference.
Maybe we just, maybe me and you go there and we just bring food home. It doesn't look like you eat there anyhow, does it?
It's a little restaurant. If you look at the little place.
It's probably more takeout than anything.
No, it's. I mean, like literally, it's. I think it's where that diner used to be.
I love this guy in his videos, though. Oh, you'd like these. I can't eat them, but man, do they look good. Potato skins with bacon and the whole deal.
And frankly, I mean, your parents are eating right now.
Good afternoon.
Mark.
Thanks for calling
Oh,
the
they are?
Troubleshooter Show.
Yeah, they went out for food.
Yeah, it's dinner time for them.
Oh,
They
that
eat a
age.
lot,
It's
man.
almost 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
They like nibble.
Okay, what's your name?
Your dad ate most of those cookies Lori made. Did you know that?
Oh, I think he ate every one.
Yeah, it's
Well, I
senior
had
apartment
3.
complex, right?
I gave some to Addie's friend. Addie had a few.
10 seconds here, guys.
It was 6 pounds of.
Fiduciary Advisors, TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Mike, you have a question on a floor jack. I'm not sure what it is. Go ahead, sir, Mike.
Yeah. Yes, this is a question for Mark. I borrowed an aluminum floor jack from my neighbor, and I put it under the frame of a car, and it was on a piece of plywood because I have a dirt driveway, and it tilted a couple of times, and I twisted the handle back counterclockwise rather abruptly, and so it didn't tip over. But now, when I tried to raise the frame up, there's something bent, and it won't raise the frame. And I'm wondering if Mark knows if there is a catch out of alignment inside the handle, or does he know what we might be able to do?
Now hold on a second. First of all, you're talking about, you think the aluminum floor jack is bent, or the vehicle?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, the floor jack. Mark, do you have any
I've heard this guy's voice before. I'm very suspicious.
Yeah,
I'm going to leave it at that.
First of all, I don't even know why he would ask Mark about a floor jack.
I don't know how to rebuild a floor jack handle, if that's your question.
No, it's one of the floor jacks. Some are what Harbor Freight sells for around $150.
Why would Mark know about those?
Because he's cheap. I thought possibly he might have had some experience with them.
I probably do own one, but it's never broke on me.
So the floor jack is bent. It's aluminum, right?
Yeah. Yes. My neighbor has a vise on his workbench. Do you know of anything he could do with it to maybe put it in the vise and tap it with a hammer and bend it back straight?
Well, why wouldn't you try that?
Tom, how did I start off this conversation?
Okay, you're suspicious, but why?
His voice. I just know. I don't know him personally.
Mike, this sounds like
it's all a setup.
No, it just sounds like a weird question. You bent the floor jack. You want to know if you can straighten it up. You try. I mean, what harm will it do?
Yes. Yeah. I wondered if Mark was familiar with a catch inside the handle that might be out of alignment, and he might be able to take the screws out of the handle and take it apart and find the catch.
I have. Okay, put him on hold. I don't even know where this call's going. I have no idea.
Well, in about 15 minutes, we'd know where it was going if we embraced it.
If you want to make a joke, though, Mike, the way to do it is quicker. Because I don't know if he knows how to take the handle out and find the catch. But in any case, technically, if you had a floor jack, and I'm serious, and it bent being underneath the car for some reason, do you know that one of the best places for returns and replacements is Harbor Freight? Even though they have a bunch of cheap crap, some of it, not all of it. Some of it's really good stuff, honest to God. But they will almost take anything back and replace it if it had a failure, unless you just flat out were ridiculous, but they will. That guy waited a long time to ask him if there's a catch.
There is. I mean, there always is with him. You don't recognize that voice, I'm shocked.
Well, I think
because he's always gunning for me. But I think really that's it. He's one of my favorite haters that loves me and thinks about me all the time.
Why do you think that? Do you just recognize him?
Yeah, I recognize his voice.
Mark's a skeptic by nature.
Yep, that's the club that Mark
That's a new way to spell paranoia, M-A-R-C.
No, I'm telling you. Okay, maybe you guys don't know it. That's
okay,
fine.
So I want you to know something. Chicago is passing a bill that will now not permit cops. It will prohibit them from stopping cars for no license plates, expired license plates, or
shootout, speeding,
or excessively tinted windows. Basically, this is another way that this is the truth. This is another way this law reads.
It's New Jack City down there.
Gangbangers, welcome to Chicago. Come one, come all. Get your windows tinted as dark as possible. And no license plates, no problem. Do your drive-bys. Don't worry about it. I swear to God, just when you think people could not be more stupid, they pass laws every single day to make it easier for people to be criminals.
And let's say for the rest of us.
Now, the reason the person introduced this bill, one word, guess what it is? To avoid what? To avoid what?
Racism.
Exactly. Now, seriously, you didn't even have to Google that. So now, but think of how racist they are saying that. I mean, really, think about this. They stopped enforcing shoplifting because of racism. They stopped enforcing heavily tinted windows because of racism. They stopped enforcing no license plates because of racism. What are they saying about black people, for God's sakes? I mean, they're insulting them. These very laws are insulting black people. I mean, oh my God. It's like, don't worry, little buddy. We're going to take care of you.
I don't know if you know this, but a lot of law schools now, starting I think in 2025, they got rid of the LSATs. You had to pass the LSAT to get into law school or get whatever score. They're getting rid of it because the LSATs are racist.
So are the SATs.
It's
and so
amazing.
Are the ACTs. But
is math, Tom.
We're going to have a very interesting group of lawyers over the next 10 years.
However, I will say this, okay, all joking aside. Some of the SATs in the past and ACTs, I do know the point they're trying to make, that I don't know if I call them racist, but they're biased towards certain demographics. They really are. Because some of them, they take the form of the questions, and then the answers are within the paragraph. They state it and then ask questions. But here's the thing. On some of that stuff, they're stories that are mainly mainstream. In the past, they were mainstream white stories or white narratives. I could see that, okay? Now, you don't necessarily want, gang stories or whatever, but you don't but you don't want it all one way or the other. I don't know about LSATs, by the way. I have no idea as far as the form they take.
They're pretty standardized, man. I mean, really, they're very much like the SATs. They're not looking for like a multiple choice answer. They're trying to figure out if you got a brain to get through law school. But now anybody can basically get in. I just wonder how much money it's going to waste of a lot of people, because I assume you still got to pass the bar. Now, when they vote to get rid of the bar, which will probably happen in Denver pretty soon, then it's going to be
All right, break when you can, Tom.
Yeah.
They're having several states,
Thunderdome,
Mark, where if you can, after you graduate from law school, if you are mentored in a law firm for 1 or 2 years, you don't have to take the bar exam.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, come on. Who said that?
Tom, I will bet you a dinner that there are states, I think it's California, where you have to graduate from law school, you have to be mentored in a law firm for 1 or 2 years, and then you get accepted. You don't have to take the bar exam.
Okay, we'll see about that. I don't know.
Well, how do
about
you
that.
even get a bar number then? You're saying you don't have to take the exam, but you pass the bar.
Well, you
have to be
We have to
registered.
take a break,
with the bar.
guys. Hold on. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Before we take a break, I want to tell you, denverregen.com. Go to the website to find out more about the semaglutide compounded for $250 a month with injection supplies and doctors' consultations for weight loss. Only $250 a month, denverregen.com.
This is Denver's talk station with Tom Martino now. Leland Conway at 2, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Some usual slowdowns throughout the Denver Metro for the 1 o'clock commute this Friday. I-25 northbound showing speeds in the 40s and 50s between Alameda and Colfax. 6th Avenue eastbound stop and go on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. And southbound I-25 slow itself into downtown between I-70 and Colfax. Heading northeast of there, I-270 westbound, your usual congested driving between I-70 and Vasquez. And further east to DIA I-70 eastbound, some stop and go after 225 and approaching Pena. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, rain later today, high of 56 this afternoon, overnight low of 33. The current temperature in Denver is 51 degrees with your Impact Traffic and weather. Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Some people just know there's a better way to do things, like bundling your home and auto insurance with Allstate. Why make things harder than they need to be? There's a better way to save time and money. Visit allstate.com or call for a quote today.
You've heard commercials that talk about the best real estate agents based on statistics. This is the only commercial that's telling the truth. Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, is truly the one that sells more homes faster and for more money. Yep, you can check it out. Frank Duran sells in a year what most sell in a career. Sometimes he sells more in a month than they sell in a year. Check him out, Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, 303-920-1622. If you're looking for repairs for your storm damage, I like the way Genesis does business. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Mark Szymanski and his team do it all, from the roofing, soffits, fascia, gutters, siding, windows, doors, decks, painting, outbuildings. They do it all. And they put it on one invoice, one point of contact. So you have one team to deal with. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Whether it's for insurance damage or just home improvements in those areas, they can do it all. And they're stucco experts too, so you can get your stucco repaired, or if you want to convert from regular siding to stucco, GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
He doesn't have a menu.
Hey, Tom.
Okay.
We just looked it up. There are 4 states, and California is soon going to become the 5th.
I just looked it up, and it said Wisconsin was the only one.
Okay.
No, but then 3 more followed.
This is a problem with.
Really?
They did it because of
You get
COVID-19,
these chain
and they just
stores
kept
and
it in
stuff
place.
that have unlimited supply. They got it all frozen.
That's not
cooked
good.
and frozen.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Okay.
I want it. I want to see it come out of the smoker.
Yeah.
Hang on for me.
Although they could freeze it and put it back on the smoker.
That's true.
There was, New York used to not require law school when I was there.
Well, that makes sense. If you can pass the bar, who cares if you go?
Well, you had to have a certain number of hours with a law firm, and then you had to pass.
Really, though, when you, I don't even know how to explain it. It's not like you go into law school and you go, okay, I'm going to do personal injury, or I'm going to do bankruptcy, or I'm going to do criminal. It doesn't work like that at all. They teach you a very broad thing about our legal system.
Most of it says mentoring.
Yeah, and then what happens, then you pass the bar, then you get with whatever kind of firm you want to join, and then that's where you learn your craft.
The bar is the license to learn.
Well, it's like in medical school. We don't pick a certain specialty. You apply for residency in a specialty that you want to enter into.
Then you start digging deep.
Right, then you learn your profession.
Did you start off as a baby doctor?
Yeah, I did my residency.
You can't do that.
I know, I keep forgetting.
You can't do that.
I'm sorry, at least I didn't say anything bad.
Dragon wasn't in there either.
Oh.
We're not gonna tell anybody anything.
Mea culpa.
I think Tom hit a button. Just remember that.
Yes. Okay.
If it comes up, Tom hit a button.
Hit a button? What do you mean?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, Tom.
This doesn't affect you.
What did I hit?
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, you pick your specialty after medical school.
Yeah.
And then you forget everything else.
What was yours? Did you originally pick OBGYN?
Yeah. I wanted to go into that.
So you got to be like Suits. He passed the bar for everybody in town. Never
Well, you
went
know
to law
what?
school.
OBGYN, you get to do psychiatry,
I've never
family
passed
practice.
by a bar.
It wasn't the same thing every day. You do psychiatry, family practice, surgery, women's care, all sorts of stuff.
Hey, Tom, did we tell you Stagecoach closed down?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
What, the place in Franktown?
Gone, man. The owner died, and
Yep.
she was the only one on the lease. And I think the owner of the building
She owed a lot of money.
she owed a lot of money because of COVID. But I think the owner wants to put some money into it and either rent it out as a nicer place or maybe own it himself. I don't know.
It was a cool little hole in the wall.
Yeah, but it was getting really run down, man. I doubt they put $25 into that place in the last 5 years.
It's been there for so long.
Oh, yeah.
They were good during COVID.
Actually, how long do you think it was open? This is crazy.
Since I've been here.
Give me a year. When do you think it was open?
Well, I know since 80, but it was there before me.
1997.
Wait, so it wasn't there when I moved here?
Nope.
I thought it was.
I mean, the building might have been.
That building's older than
Yeah, the
1997. That building has got to be 50 years old. Stagecoach. Maybe there's a history. Stagecoach.
Maybe I'm thinking of something different.
Stagecoach.
Connecticut is canceling the
in
medical debt
Franktown,
for 250,000 people.
Colorado history. Stagecoach Saloon.
Kelly, you got
I think you're the one that looked it up and told me, babe.
Dan apparently wants both of these, so I'll need you to pull up 2 audition windows up there and just kind of split them in half, best that you can. So left and right, best you can. This is all Thursday sound. It's still there. Same X Drive folder. This is today's sound there. X Drive folder for today. Make sure you show Jazzy where this is, because I'm going to bring a sheet out to Leland, and if you wanted to use any of it, you can. I doubt that he will, though.
Okay.
God, I don't remember this. This is from the Denver Post.
10 seconds, guys.
Man gets 111.
Hearted lefties who run Denver are going to start kicking migrants out of their shelters and onto the street. What do you think's going to happen to these folks who are now put out on the street by the left?
Hi, Tom Martino here. Bob's got a question. Go ahead, Bob.
Tom, so just to refresh your memory a little bit, you helped me back in like 1996 or 97 with a crematorium in Lakewood.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep. Uh-huh.
Oh, all right. Okay, so my reason for calling is evidently this year it's new, and I found it actually on the Secretary of State's website. It's a form that you have to fill out if you own businesses. It's called Beneficial Ownership Information Reporting Form.
What?
And yep.
Is it a state form?
It goes actually to the Fed, I guess. So and I verified this because I got this letter in the mail.
Wait, is it part of your tax return?
No, this is a form. You know, like when you own an LLC or a corporation or whatever, you have to fill out paperwork with the Secretary of State every year. So,
well, you have to. Yes, that's right. The periodic report. Yes.
Right. So this is from the state of Colorado. However, there's the company that sent this to me is called CPS out of Washington, D.C., and they want to fill the form out for me.
No, I understand. What is it called? It's called Beneficial what?
It's Beneficial Ownership Information Reporting Form. And you can find it on the Secretary of State's website.
Okay,
so
but again, you keep going back and forth. Is it a state or is it a federal thing?
It's on the state's site. But the way that I read it, it's called Financial Crime and Enforcement Network goes to the United States Department of Treasury. So it's on the state's website, but evidently it's federal. And it's a form that you have to fill out.
Hey, Tom, it sounds like a third party's just trying to do it to make a few bucks.
And that's the way they do it with corporate reports as well, or with all kinds of stuff. That's right. They make it sound like they're official, and they charge you for it.
Right. No, but this is official. It's on the Secretary of State's website.
Bob, I'm not saying it's not official. I'm saying CPS is not official.
I know that. They want to charge $195, and there's no way in hell I would pay that. No, I get that, Tom.
Right.
You know, it's something I can fill out myself in 10 minutes. You know, they just want to make $195.
So what's the whole point, though?
No, but you're right about that. But there are a lot of things like that companies send out.
How about those posters you got to put up that, say if you get hurt on the job or your rights? They've got companies that make it sound like you got to pay them $400 for these, where you can print them out from the state.
And companies that'll get a passport for you for a fee.
Hey, but that's not my point, guys. My point is just to make you aware, if you didn't know, that there's a form that you're required to fill out. If you've had a business in effect since before January 1st of this year, you have 1 year to fill it out. And if you don't, you can be fined.
I've never heard of it before. And
Suzanne, you've just renewed. I have sent you at least 4 or 5 renewals in the last month. I don't even know for what companies. Did you have to file any forms?
No, Mark, I just did the Secretary of State.
That's what I'm saying.
Secretary of State, periodic report is what I filled out.
That's what I'm saying. This guy's saying there's a whole new thing.
I know, I'm looking at it.
See,
It
what I'm
says
saying
many
is that
companies, are required to report this, but beneficial ownership information reporting. I'm reading about it. Apparently, not all companies, but some. It says many. I don't know what that means. It's important.
Well, there's a list of them that, like, if you're a government agency, a bank, a credit union, so on and so forth, you don't have to do that. But for, like, myself that have a couple LLCs, I'm going to be required to do that. My only reason for calling you was just to let you know that this just started.
Where is it though?
January.
I'm on SOS. Where is this info?
Just do a search.
I'm
You just
looking
search
here. I did a
BOI
search
report.
of the form he talked about, and I'm finding
BOI.
it. Beneficial ownership information reporting. There's all kinds of articles about it.
It's due January 2025.
Yeah, but
Right.
I never even knew about it.
Yeah, I
It
didn't
just
either.
started. It just started. That's my reason for calling, guys, just to let you know. And I wouldn't have known about it if this third company wasn't trying to rape me for $195.
Do you think the Secretary of State is going to contact every business in the state and let them know they need to require?
Well, I don't know.
this
How
form?
do people find out about this kind of stuff? I guess your
I don't know.
accountants or something. I don't know.
If it wasn't for this third-party company, I wouldn't know about it.
And so
You know,
what
but
they
it's
said
something-
was, you need to do this, and you started looking it up and found out, yeah, I really do need to do it, although I'm not going to have you do it.
Exactly right.
Okay. Well, thank you for telling us. We'll
Exactly
look
right.
more into it. I mean, I never heard about it. I got to take a break. We got more coming right up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
Every time
This
you turn
report
around,
is
there's a new
sponsored
damn
by
form you
Our
got to fill
American
out.
Stories.
Some usual slowdowns throughout the Denver Metro for the 1 o'clock commute this Friday. I-25 northbound is showing speeds in the 40s and 50s between Alameda and Colfax. 6th Avenue eastbound stop and go on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. And southbound I-25 slow itself into downtown between I-70 and Colfax. Heading northeast of there, I-270 westbound, your usual congested driving between I-70 and Vasquez. And further east to DIA I-70 eastbound, some stop and go after 225 and approaching Pena. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, rain later today, high of 56 this afternoon, overnight low of 33. The current temperature in Denver is 51 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. This week, we'll have the story of comedian and professional roper Will Rogers, also known as America's Cowboy. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Hey, investment opportunities, funds, accounts, brokerage houses, all of these have one thing in common, and that is the risk of the stock market. There is another kind of investment you can make which guarantees returns, guarantees no loss, guarantees no loss of principal and gain, and guarantees income for life. Fixed indexed annuities, I'll just say it like it is. Don't believe people who say annuities are bad. They're not all bad. There are some bad ones, some good ones. Joe Chiano and his team have great annuities that they can choose from for you with these guarantees. I want you to check them out. Call them. Put them to the test. 303-779-6600. 303-779-6600. BecomeTheBanker.org.
First 2020. Owned by foreign people.
So, Mark, does
are
everyone
not
have to do
engaged
this?
in active business.
Does everyone
hold
have to
no
do this?
assets? Have
Because
had
they
no
have
change
headphones
in
on.
ownership in prior 12 months. Have not received more than 1,000 in 12 months.
What does that mean?
Hey,
What?
So it's really
the
weird.
exemptions is like everything. I mean, I mean, the people that aren't exempt probably are shady.
And the people that aren't exempt are not going to fill it out.
Yeah, if you have a physical office in the U.S., you're not exempt, or you are exempt. If you formed your company before January 1st, 2020, you're exempt. If you've had no change in ownership in 12 months, you're exempt. It says they estimate approximately 11% of 37 million entities will be affected.
So why do it?
Yeah, I mean, well, most people are going to be exempt. You would. You have a physical location.
Who?
Kevin. I have a physical location. Tom has a physical location.
Yeah, I don't even understand that. You're right.
Now it says, oh, this is weird. There's one section on talk show hosts. It says they tend to be the shadiest of shades.
Gynos and talk show hosts.
It's pee-pee time. Yeah, they're going, okay, they're like, so you have to even fill out a second form if a minor child owns the corporation. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is shady stuff.
It is. But that's the doc's point.
It's a BS form.
That's the doc's point.
No, it's a real form, but I'm saying
people aren't going to fill out forms anyway.
They're targeting shady people.
Well, we're not shady.
Like I said, they're not going to fill it out.
But the physical, I mean, the biggest thing's a physical place. I mean, if all you have is a P.O. box and your company's owned by an 8-year-old, someone should look into you.
Yeah, your address is your license plate number.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you don't need a license plate.
You Google map it, and it's like the desert.
Well, it doesn't have to be your license plate, just somebody's license plate. Yeah.
Hey, Dragon, did you see how good we did on time right there?
Spot on. Spot on.
As good as ever.
Shut up.
Shannon was pissed today.
Why?
Well, I opened a can of worms up. I'll put it that way.
What did you say?
Well, I accidentally hit the on button for a half a second, and during a break. But that was like the trigger, if you will.
He was pissed at us.
Yeah, well, he's just pissed. He's like, God damn this show. Man, there's people and remotes from everywhere. We're always going over on breaks. No one knows what the hell's going on. It's become impossible to run. I said, well, fuck, I know. I know Tom has problems.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Tom.
Yeah. It
was what I ordered on your credit card for you because it shipped to your address on Amazon was a wireless USB hub. I have no idea why you'd want it. It looks like a router, but it makes USB wireless.
Mark, I have never seen one of those.
Well, it went right to your house. That's the only thing.
How long ago, though, Mark? How long ago?
2 years.
2 years.
I can't believe
he keeps fighting the good fight.
On Denver's talk station.
The station I keep it on.
630 KHOW.
During COVID for the camera. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Jill, what's going on? Hi, Jill. What's happening?
She gone.
She left? Okay. So we can finish up then with Kevin Calkin.
Hey, real quick, what that guy was saying, I just want to say there are so many exemptions. He was a little off. It's good information, but that new form is really for shady people. If you have a physical address, it's a real address, you're exempt. If you've owned the company prior to some date in 2020, you're exempt. I mean, it says it'll affect maybe 11% of new companies, but I mean, they're companies that don't have an address, that they're probably shady to begin with.
Okay. Hey, Kevin.
Sir.
Somebody wants to know, is it which is worse on a car, the summer or winter?
Oh, I would say the summer. The heat is always worse. The cold, it'll warm up, eventually. But the summer's brutal. The heat really breaks oils down. Yeah.
Okay. So
much more breakdown in the summer.
Okay. And is it true, and I think I can answer this, Mark probably knows this, So if you leave your winter tires, if you have snow tires for these long periods of time in between when you have warmer weather and no snow, doesn't it wear them out quicker than regular tires, right? Because it's
they're
a softer
softer
compound.
It's a whole softer compound, the whole design.
So,
Are you better off getting all-weather tires?
So, all weather will still wear out faster than regular tires, and winter snow tires will wear out even faster than that. But there's got to be a happy medium. In Colorado is really hard on snow tires because we don't have snow most of the time.
And we have very dry weather. It's just hard on rubber.
It's hard on rubber, period. But all seasons are just another tread. It's not a different compound.
Okay, someone wants to know if they're storing a car and they store it and they don't drive it much like a sports car. Do those tires wear out just sitting there?
Yeah, you should take them off and not have the weight of the car sitting on the tire.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Hey, I love his. I got to say this. Sheridan Autotech nationwide warranty, 3 years, 36,000 miles. This guy will give you great prices, beat the dealer. Thank you, Kevin.
All right, thank you. That's SheridanAutotech.com. And by the way, we're out of time. Don't forget 303 Martino. Save all your problems for me. Thank you.
All right, you're clear, buddy.
Thank you.
I'm Martino.